Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
Hi.
How?
Hawoo.
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 Hawoo, Mr. Obama.
What?
What?
What's Obama gonna do to help this
Emerald,
situation?
explain yourself.
How can Obama help us right now?
I don't know.
How can
Exactly.
How can Obama care?
He doesn't. He told me to suffer. He told me to perish.
Perish. Either way,
Chaos control.
chaos control. Either way, we are playing some Zelda. We haven't played Zelda in like 2-3 weeks because I've been sick for like ever, and I want to stop, and I'm still sick, but I have halls. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know. I also have a throat spray, but I don't really want to resort to that because it makes me feel bad and I don't like it. But yeah, it makes my tummy all feel weird.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Probably has similar things to the thing that you're not supposed to have.
You know, probably. But let's not worry about that. It makes my throat feel better.
But at what cost?
Leave me alone. I'm not allowed to have over-the-counter prescription, or not a non-prescription over-the-counter pain meds. It sucks because my tummy is dumb. But we don't know that that's what that is. We don't know that that's the problem. Don't look it up, Squeaky. So we
I wouldn't even know what exactly to look for.
good. We are gonna start things by going over to the main room. Hiya! Here we go. And yeah, hello, welcome back to the room. You may notice a couple of interesting things here in the room, including some suspicious purple/pink circles on some things. If you look
Hi.
over to Magic Frog,
Wait.
you'll see there's a weird purple-pink circle around Magic Frog. If
Nico,
you
where's the pink fairy?
if you look over, give me a second. I'm trying to explain the things that I got money for. I mean, nothing. Anyway, there's a little pink circle around Aster. There's also a little pink circle around Jason and around Matilda. And there's a little pink circle around Vega.
Cool.
Look at them all. Yeah. This was a thing from, I believe, Blank. Had given a decent bit of money and had prestiged a lot of NPCs.
Oh, wow.
They had prestiged technically 4, but I gave them the 5th one as a freebie because I'm like, okay, sure, go ahead. Because they couldn't decide between things.
Oh, the Cyber Monday deal.
Yeah, it was Cyber Monday. Yeah.
Black Friday.
This was actually like a week or 2 ago.
Uh-huh.
But
savings never stop.
The savings never stop. Woo! But yeah, you also notice that beside each of you, you guys have 5 goddess tokens or 6. I don't fucking count. I think it should be.
It is 5.
It is 5.
No, it is 6.
It is 6 for some of you and 5 for others of you.
Well, that just seems unfair.
It does. Oh no, it was still 6. It was just on top of the other. It was 6.
Okay.
You got 6. Each of you got 6. Perfect. Wonderful. Wunderbar. It's great.
Wunda.
So that was a thing that has happened. Other than that, allow me to very quickly go back into Hangout scene just so I can copy a single thing over real quick and then go back over here so that I can.
You can use
paste the
studio
thing
mode,
here.
you know.
Shh.
You can use studio
There's
mode.
the fairy. Perfect. I've done it. Everything's fine. Wipe my hands with that. So, the other thing that we want to talk about before going into things, don't worry, that doesn't mean the weird pool of stuff underneath it does not mean that Magic Frog is dead in Danganronpa. It just means that was something there to remind me that I needed to talk about that. Nobody is Danganronpa dead. Everything's fine.
Good.
Good. That being said, there is one other thing that I need to show one of you in particular, and that's this little card here.
Oh wow, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for
It's
the
mine
card.
now. I don't care who's.
All right,
in
well, bring it over
it.
here, Squeaky. Put it next to your thing.
Yeah.
And go ahead and flip it over when you get it over there, and then we'll talk about your new ability.
Oh man, the riding hero. Thanks.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Pillow has written something, and I guess it could be considered a hero.
She already is a riding hero, technically.
Yeah, I have Orion.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is a new font because I could not get the font back. I did not remember which font it was. I know it's like either a Yu-Gi-Oh or a Mega Man font. I cannot remember which one. So I had to use a new font. Here it is. It actually can hold a little bit more extra information on it, which is pretty fun. That being said, the riding hero is loved by the wilds and gains abilities when nearby loyal creatures, either their own or a companion of a friend, are near. The riding hero can move with any mountable creature near them, increasing his movement by 3 squares as long as he brings the creature with him. This can be with any of your mounts as well as any other, again, thing like Magic Frog or Orion as well. They can be friends. It can be companions of friends. That also means that if Gallon is around, you can use Cuckos.
I thought this was gonna go the other direction.
Use it at your own risk.
I imagine that for the cuckoos, I'm not riding them. They're on they a bunch of them grab my shoulders and they start flying.
Yeah, they just grab you.
When the riding hero is near a
I have
loyal
been chosen.
creature, a loyal creature being either your own or your friend, since you have none really. You have those horses, but
You have
whenever
no
you're near
friends.
other ones, you can use any amount of your own AP to allow for a loyal creature to use one of their abilities once per turn. So if you have any AP that you have, so let's say Magic Frog needs 2 AP for something, you can use 2 of your AP to have a Magic Frog use his, and vice versa, and different things like that. If you would like to, you don't have to do that, obviously. You also have, while you are adjacent to a loyal creature, you always attack with Overwhelm. So that's interesting. And if you already have Overwhelm, you instead add a 1d4 to your damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that is how things are at the Momo. You can either give your stuff over to your loyal creatures. You can increase your movement by 3 squares when you're near one, as long as it comes with you. And you have Overwhelm, and if you already have Overwhelm, you get a d4 damage instead. Pretty neato little passive effects. Pretty good.
Pretty neato.
Pretty neato.
I like
pretty good. Good. Wunderbar. Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
I said that I was gonna do the recap, so I will, but I have noticed that the longer I suck on this Halls, the more I feel there is something in my throat, but it's fine. In the last time, you guys had just found out stuff about the Sheikah inside of Castletown. You had found out that Sheikah that was in Castletown was not anything you had to worry about. They were a Sheikah, but they were from a branch that had branched off from the Sheikah, but they weren't the ones that are currently being mad. At least you hope not. And you were able to get a lot of information about the masks and whatnot from them. Upon doing such a thing, you guys had returned to the farm. Upon getting there, you took Adam, you picked him up, and you took him somewhere else. That somewhere else being Demon Con. You made sure to take him there so that he could find out and hopefully help you guys catch the evil, the creatures, the peoples who were there. And that helped out quite a lot, because while you were there, you had found out that Medeus apparently was pretending to be somebody they were not. Not only was Medeus pretending to be someone they were not, you also learned that Rock was pretending to be someone they were not. They were in fact 2 Sheikah. You were able to get Rock Sheikah to not be Rock Sheikah anymore, and learn a little bit of information, but the Medeus Sheikah had left. You guys do not know where the actual rock or the actual Modeus are. Very sad. Who knows where they are and what they are doing? Other than that, you were able to get Adam. Now that Adam had shown himself to be able to sense things like this, you had him made your way back to your guys' place to search around and see if there's any other magical energies he could potentially find with the addition of the diamond spear, because if you bring the diamond spear with you, bad things happen. You don't want that. Bad. You make your way into the room with the expanse once more. You guys go and fly up and speak with one of the ghosts. They tell you that, oh yeah, I saw a dude, totally. They went out the door over there. So you followed them out the door over there. It led you to this big old cathedral-like area that you guys know to be the dungeon that Polo's father has left potentially their final treasure in. However, you guys know that it only opens on certain times. There was a bit of talk of Ronan just kind of making it that time at some point, but who knows?
Well, I think I talked about reversing time so we could catch
I was gonna get to that.
Person.
I was gonna get to that. After speaking about time travel, you guys also spoke of backwards time travel. This backwards time travel being, hey, if we catch them, but in the past, that means we'll have them. But will that cause any paradoxes? What will go down with that? What are we even doing? Have we already done it? You ended up not really doing it. You end up there's a couple of places you guys can think of that you could potentially do it on, going into the past in certain areas, either over at DemonCon or right here or any which place you know that those people would probably be. And you're hoping that you can figure out if you're gonna have to do that or not. You guys returned inside the expanse area. You guys had split up a little bit. Some of you going off to go and find that other ghost, while others stayed behind and talked with I rolled over there. Pomodora is what their name is now. It should just be Poma, but somebody put Pomodora there. I don't know why.
Not me.
As you guys spoke with Poma explained a couple of extra things about the other ghost that is here that's kind of creeping them out, but also some things about the situations that you guys are finding yourselves in, trying to aid in whatever way that they can, despite being very big grumpo. The others made their way into the room that has the large ravine/abyss down below them that have all of that weird filmy monster that has been trying to suck the life out of everything around, but it's fine. They harvest it for cloth or whatever now. As you guys get now near the middle of this area, you guys call out because you see the other ghost off in the distance, and as you guys look over to it and see it, unfortunately, Magic Frog seems to have a very similar reaction that Ronan had. And Magic Frog falls, seemingly falling unconscious. As this happens, we are going to come back into things. Let me very quickly get to something else. Where's the playlist? I know you're here. I made you a long time ago. There you are. As you guys notice Magic Frog, their eyes shutting, themselves shifting, looking as if for a moment they stumble, to a point where Ronan, you think that if they stumble too much, they might fall. Like fall. But instead of falling off of the back of it, they do just sort of pass out off to the side. As this happens though, Ronan, that is not the only thing that you all notice. Marco and Ronan, you guys hear several other gasps happening around you. You guys hear an audible gasp from Clarity. As it happens, she seems to stumble a bit and fall onto the side here. They do not fall off, but they are somewhat like not hanging off, but like parts of themselves, like their arm, are hanging off of the bridge. You also hear Argo calling out as he also, from you guys looking over, falls to the side, seemingly unconscious. You hear a very shocked, a very screechy scream coming from over where Master Rova is, where she also falls.
Oh my god.
You hear a gasp as you also see Stu fall. And finally, you hear almost like I said finally, there's 2 left. My bad. You almost hear a very just guttural, as if someone was struck or stabbed or hurt, as Forrest falls. And finally, you hear a very wistful, very shocked but not in pain, more just surprised gasp coming from Caliburn, as they seem to fall into unconsciousness, floating in the air, but are slowly falling through the air. As all of this happens, this ghost has not taken their eyes off of you. As all of these people have collapsed. It'll take you guys a minute to get here. However, Gorthos and Polo, you guys also hear this. Both of you having enhanced senses from being what you are. You guys hear a myriad of screams coming from the room ahead of you.
Interesting. Neat.
Not only that, but Gorthos and Polo, you also hear a gasp coming from behind you as you see Riva fall. Not only does Riva fall, you also hear a gasp from below as Obera falls.
Oh, these motherfuckers are fucking dead.
And finally, you hear the fluttering and the movement of hooves as the horse seems to whinny upwards back, as some kind of strange magic starts to surround Matilda. They seem to be trying to channel something. However, as Jason goes to hold them, they also seem to pass out in Jason's arms. The last thing you guys see is the ghost of Poma looking back at all of you, their eyes closing, and a wisp of shadows seemingly falling from the sky.
We brought the curse with us.
What was that?
We brought the curse with us.
As all of these things happen, there are only a few beings left standing in both rooms. I want to know, first things first, from Polo and Gorthos, what will you guys be doing?
Uh,
Will you guys be staying in this room, or will you guys be heading toward where you heard the screams ahead of you?
Polo would probably heading towards the screams.
Okay. Polo and Aster will continue to rush through, going up the stairs leading toward the large opening. Gorthos, will you follow, or what will you do?
There's collapsing people everywhere.
Yep.
I hate making decisions. I suppose I think maybe Gorthos would try and stay here and help who he can.
Gorthos, we will stick with you then for a moment. Polo, you and Aster will be making your way into the other area. We will go to the others, and then you will show up immediately, almost after them. Gorthos, as you see this happen, You know that you are at the very top of this area. However, it does not matter to you. You could probably jump down all the way down if you wanted to. You are equal distance from anyone here. What would you like to do?
Oh God. Reva's down. Poma is floating down. Matilda's out. Obra's up.
We didn't hear Vori, did we?
Ivori is still standing.
Okay.
You
Which is
wouldn't
the
you
most
wouldn't know
interesting.
you wouldn't know this, but Ivori is still standing, yes.
Yeah. Like, Polo's first thought was, where's Ivori? Where's Ivori?
That thought also crossed, but Gorthos also trusts his sister is impossible to down. Let's see here. God.
Is there anyone in particular here that you want to check on or you want to make sure is okay?
He wants to gather everyone up, I think, and just be like, what the fuck happened?
You can definitely do that. We will be skipping ahead if you do.
I think he just wants to make sure they all are alright. I don't really know who to prioritize here. I guess maybe Matilda.
Do you want to jump down to Matilda?
Yeah.
As you jump down to Matilda,
Literal jump.
yes, you will be able to more or less scrape your way down through the different jagged stones that are here to stop yourself from taking any humongous damage. As you land, you do find that Pika as well as Z and Radon are over by Obera. You find that Hosier is trying to get the horse to stay calm. As you make your way over toward where Jason and Matilda are, you notice that same strange magic that was surrounding Matilda seems to still be there, seems to still be doing whatever it was doing. You also notice, and before I say you notice, go ahead and give me a diligence check.
Alright. I don't think I have any funny tokens left here, so
You have so many funny tokens. Look at all these funny tokens over here.
Look at all those funny tokens.
are these mine? I forget.
Yeah,
All
they
those
are.
yours.
We just got them.
Oh, sorry, I must
You
have
do
missed
not have
that.
you do not have to use them, but you do also have 2 fleetings.
Oh.
Use one of them.
3 roll.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead. Give me
A
4
little
rolls.
laggy. Weird.
You're fine. You're fine. 6,
That's not good. Let's try not that.
10,
Better.
11.
It's,
Better.
I'm just getting fucked with now, aren't I?
Please be a 12.
Mm,
12! Yeah!
I'm getting fucked with.
You have 1 more roll.
Thank you. It's 13. I'm gonna leave the game.
13.
It's a 3.
Nope.
With a 12 plus your 4, that is a 16.
Yep.
You go to grab Matilda. As soon as you grab Matilda, that strange magic does seem to somewhat dissipate. You can tell that it seems to feel like it was something from Matilda, like Matilda tried to counteract this magic in some way, but was unable to stop it. But however, as soon as you take Matilda, as soon as you try to get her, you notice that Jason also falls forward and seems to fall onto the ground.
Oh no. Oh no.
What is going on with the hero and the princess? Can you aid me here? This beast is too strong.
Just sure. Gorthos will try and calm Warhorse, all panicking.
Do you
Just
want to
pick it up
try?
and shake
Do you
it.
want to try to hold the horse, or do you want to try to calm the horse?
You can grab it like a fucking doll.
I could grab it like a small dog. Just pick it up. But that would not calm the horse.
You don't know
I would like
that.
to try and calm,
Roll
firmly
me-
grasp the horse to calm it.
Roll me for your allure. You have
Hold
one- you
horse
have one
gently
fleeting.
like hamburger.
You have 1 fleeting.
Thank you for the fleet. I have a 0 in this. I'm burning these. I have 0 in charming and lore. I talk good. I'm not statistically good.
11. 1.
Come on.
You have 2 more rolls.
Rule of averages.
12.
Maybe the 12 this time.
With a 12 base, it does take you a bit, but you are able to, with the aid of Hosier, calm down the horse. The horse didn't seem to be spooked as much as it looked like it was trying to rush away. The horse looked like for a second as if it was trying to charge somewhere, as if its instincts took a hold of it. It was not scared, it was charging.
It wanted to. It was looking for something.
It was looking for a fight. As you and Hosier are able to calm it, both Jason and Matilda seem to again be unconscious. You go to gather everyone about. We will be leaving you slightly because during all this time, other things will have happened, and I need to know what those things are.
Yeah, go for it.
Ronan and Marco, in the time before Polo gets in here, you have noticed Magic Frog as well as several other people fall. What would the two of you like to do?
Marco, do you still have that bottle?
I have a couple of them.
May I see one?
Sure, he'll hand over the bottle with the moblin toe in it. If we have to sacrifice the moblin toe, this is fine.
Just pour it on the ground.
He dumps it into the abyss.
Bye, Moblin Toe.
That's not true. He dumps it on the floor.
Okay.
He'll dump it because then we can get it back.
Yeah. We'll say this is the toe.
Sure. Just plop that right there. He is going to then.
I'm just gonna. I'm literally just going to make a copy of this, just like bloop, and I'm just gonna rename this toe.
For the second time today, though not for the same purpose as the last time, he's going to use Gora's Fury. Specifically, so it allows him to fly.
The shockwave only affects those who are hostile to the group. That is also a fucking thing to think about. There's someone hostile to our fucking group around here, even if we can't fucking see them.
The person I think is hostile can already fly.
Okay. You technically used Gora's Fury earlier, however, the token is still here, so I will allow this.
You did specifically say you let us keep it.
Oh, I did? Oh, awesome.
You did.
Go
You
me.
did.
I'm like, why is that the case? Because I'm awesome, right. Gotcha.
Super cool.
I'm a super cool DM, that's why. A large shockwave goes across the area. As it does, you feel the power of flight come over you.
And Ronan is going to look at Marco and point back to Caliburn, who is slowly sinking into the abyss. It's like, can you get hurt?
On it. However
And
fast he
Ronan
can fly.
You guys
is
are both
going
able to
to-
fly, correct? I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
affects all of your allies.
Yeah.
Going to propel himself towards this fucking Poe.
As you rush out toward this Poe, as you propel yourself forward, Marco, I do not have a doubt in my mind that you're able to move through the air with speed, with the Sheikah training, with the thief stuff you do. I do not. There's
With my
not a
climbing
single
boots,
doubt
with
in
my
my brain.
grappling hook, with my hover hat.
What I do have a
all the
doubt of,
tools.
what I do have a doubt of, is if you can successfully grasp a ghost.
But I'm magic. Why wouldn't I?
I would like you to
You do
roll
have another
me
bottle.
for your spirit.
Sure.
It is not a
I'll
tough
roll
roll.
my spirit. I figured it wouldn't be, so I'll just do this because I've seen the Anthony's rolls, and while I know that those are those do not correlate.
No, they do.
I will feel
They
feel
completely
safer.
do. They completely correlate.
I will
Damn.
feel safer. 17, and then second natural 20.
You rush forward. You are able to find enough of a magical hold on Caliburn that, oh geez, I just pulled a lady out of nowhere. Get out of here, lady. Go away.
Hello,
This
lady.
music is not fitting for the destructiveness of this situation.
That is very true. Give me a Momo. It's actually this music though. And it will continue to be this until I say so. I'm going to repeat it. Anyway. As you go and grab them, And as you go and attempt to do this, Ronan, you see the pole look to you. It seems to narrow its eyes as you get close to it with the bottle. I would like you to please roll me for your finesse, please.
Okay. I also had, before I would have taken off, I would have made the gauntlets appear because they can touch ghosts.
Yes.
So, you said roll finesse?
Yes.
Okay. This seems like a good time to use every single one of these that you gave me today.
Oh, what?
I would consider just using half, but that's just me.
I wouldn't.
You have a 3.
It's true. He only has a 3. He needs more.
No, that wasn't what I was saying. How many are you using?
I'm using all of them. I committed. I'm committed.
All right, go for it.
You know what? I decided that these made that happen. These made that happen.
You gave those to the gods of luck.
Yep.
You gave them to the gods of luck, and it gave you that 20.
I am so happy that just happened.
Hey, back-to-back nat 20s though.
Hell yeah!
There is an
It
immediate.
feels good, doesn't it?
As you swoop up, Polo, you come rushing into the room. You see both You see both Marco and Ronan flying through the sky. One of them grabs at a ghostly Caliburn that looks like they're knocked out. One of them seems to grab at the ghost that is off in the distance. As you snap the bottle over them and you immediately cork that shit, they are now trapped inside of the bottle. Polo and Marco, roll me for diligence. Polo has 1 fleeting.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have given Ronan 1 too, but apparently I can only give 2.
I have limited the amount of times you could do that, yes.
And then second roll, because that was a 3, and I don't like that 3. That 3 scared me.
And that is an 8.
Another natural 20.
An 8 plus a 2. So, and then a 5 in diligence, so that's 15.
Both of you, as this happens, would note upon landing where you were and being where you are, looking around at all the other people who have seemingly collapsed, you guys will take note that Cality seems to be moving over toward where one of the where Forrest is on the ground unconscious.
All right. Where the hell is my token?
Anya.
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 We don't really know much about Forrest, but knowing that Cality is from another demon tribe, doesn't really know most of his motives for being here. So she's just gonna, we have Easter. She's gonna make her way there though, cause demon stuff.
Do you want to do anything, Marco, upon seeing this?
Upon seeing him going for force, but not directly in a what the intent specifically.
You would not. The best way I can
put
give
on
this
the
to
red
you.
mask.
The best way I can give this to you. This is a spur of the moment decision I need to make from you. So this is not you're not doing anything beforehand. You did already have a mask on, if you remember.
Yeah, I did have a mask on.
You had the blue one on, I believe.
But as you are looking over, the DC to this check was 15. You guys both just made it. He looks like he's sneaking over toward Forrest.
Okay.
Okay.
She's gonna make her way anyway. Because he is somewhat of a suspect right now.
If neither of you are doing anything, I'm going to continue with what Cality's going to do. Because again, this was a spur of the moment thing.
Oh.
And yes. Cality would have made his way toward Forrest, and you guys see him sprinting into one of the tunnels off ahead of you.
Fuck.
As Cality begins sprinting into this way, you guys hear the clamp that Ronan has done over this spirit, And as soon as that happens, Marco, you feel movement in your hands as Caliburn begins to somewhat move. And you also see both Marco and Polo. You guys would see Forest beginning to move on the ground as well. Ronan, looking back, you see what appears to be people around beginning to stir. That is the wrong. That is not good either. We'll do this one.
Well then, Marco shall leave the Caliburn there and regret not doing something instantly and going after Cality.
That's why I was telling you there wasn't enough time to put a mask on or anything. That's why I was telling you that.
I know. I know.
I'm very sorry.
What? So, it's not that it changes anything with the very small window.
I was
that
seeing
we
if
had,
you, I was seeing if you guys were going to attack him or if you guys were going to call out to him or something, and neither of you did. That's mainly the one thing I was asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, all right.
Because if you guys remember, you guys have a lot of sus on Cality right now.
Yeah. I think in my case,
I
didn't even think with my case, considering that she has to draw her bow and get an arrow, like that's like that's not something I can think you can do in an instant unless she already had that out, which she doesn't. So
casting magics, doing anything like that. At the same time, again, you don't have to worry about it. It was a split decision kind of thing. It looked like they were using. It looked like they were sneaking over at them, trying to do sussy things, and they ran off now. They're gone. And you guys could always go after them if you wanted.
Yes. That is what the Marco would do. Seeing as he snuck and then ran away, it's like, well, now I gotta chase you.
Marco,
chase him.
You let Caliburn down and you fly up onto the thing. I believe you have this flight for how long?
3 rounds.
Okay. We will assume that you flying out and then landing here will be the end of your flight. You see them a little like far off ahead of you, but not like far. One thing I will remind you, you guys were told that these tunnels were very dangerous. Do you want to rush after him?
Yes.
Does Marco want to do the dangerous thing?
Marco, you rush into the tunnel. Polo, you see Marco sprinting off into the tunnel. Ronan, you will as well see this.
Yeah, he's making his way back to the bridge. Oh, where'd Marco go?
Hold on, I have food in my mouth.
He went
after Mr. Cality.
Oh, so he's in on it too, huh? And he's gonna put the bottle in his bag, I guess.
Yep.
And he's gonna take off down that way.
There we go.
You're not going anywhere, except with me. And then he's gonna whoosh.
We'll say you get around here by the time your flight disappears as well. You jump down onto the area and you start sprinting after.
Yeah.
Polo, do you want to go with them or do you want to wait out here?
I'm just gonna double check something I have because I have I have ice arrows, and I just need one good hit if this works like Zelda.
I just gotta freeze that motherfucker. I just gotta fucking freeze him in ice.
That's why I'm kind of like, if I had kind of known I could squeeze an attack, I'd be like ice arrow, pia. But let's go chase after him.
Okay. We will say then the three of you rushing in. You guys did not waste any time doing so. I'm gonna move this lad off and away.
Once there's a fucking grid on there, this guy's done.
There's a grid on there, he's done.
I don't see them needing it. I don't see a grid being required, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But as you guys would be rushing in, Marco, you would have immediately made your way in.
Yeah.
You would have had absolutely nothing stopping you from rushing in after him. And you are a Sheikah-trained thiefy boy. As you are rushing in,
trained thiefy spelunker.
you definitely can see that there is a amount of you are going to be able to catch up with him unless something appears in between you and him. You are going to be able to catch up with him. Before even that, Ronan, you come rushing in. You know that as soon as Marco catches up with him, you are going to catch up with him.
Yeah.
But before even that, Polo,
Mm-hmm.
they're not that far away. You guys would have rushed in. You guys would have been able to be at this point. Here's how things are going to go first. I would like for a attack from Polo with the ice arrow.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens from that, we will see if anything else is needed.
Let's fucking go.
Now, I know a while back demonic presence was kind of changed with how it would work, but it doesn't work to hit, right?
Let's look on it and see.
I don't think it ever worked to hit.
Rolling for an ability in battle, or in a situation, demons able to let their blood take over outside of battle. Blah, blah, blah. And they state the demon eyes in the malice and discovery. This is rolling for an ability in battle.
All right, we will use it to hit.
When that fucking bell rings, this man will die.
I'm just making sure we don't have any goddess tokens. Oh wait, I have some.
What demonic presence gives you right now is essentially a free hero token. Because it seems to just double whatever you want to double.
All right. So let me whoop. 19
big number. Jesus fucking
plus
Christ.
2.
So 19 plus 2 plus 10.
Okay, that's a 31.
Does it miss?
And making sure you are using your ice arrows.
Yes, we are using an icy arrow.
Not a funny icy
We have
boys.
not used the ice arrows before, except in that one battle where you were fighting against the Dodongos, I believe.
Yeah. Yes.
The big thing now is you are not fighting a Dodongo, which is somewhat resistant to things, so we don't have to worry about that.
The whole ass person.
That is a whole ass person over there. What you will have to roll.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps going into soft music. Get into Blood Moon. Let's go into Blood Moon. There we go. Battle music.
Yeah, Blood Moon music. Go.
There we go. Battle music.
Hit it.
Blah. This one. Nope. This one. This one.
We're gonna get there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh,
So
what the fuck song is that?
as you fire your ice arrow, the biggest thing that is going to determine the rest of this fight is right here. If the ice effect activates, then this fight is basically over. I need you to roll me for your magic.
My arrow.
I forgot to turn on my arrow, guys. I'm sorry.
It's not
you
that.
got away.
It's not that.
I know.
It's more of like if he has a chance to react or whatever. It's mechanics. I need you to roll me for your magic.
All right, magic.
And depending on the roll you make, that is the save he has to make.
Alrighty.
Come on.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He has to make a 19 or higher. A 19 or higher spirit check. Where's the resilience? Let me look. Nope, it is spirit. Okay. Polo. As you fire, Marco, you see a arrow go right by you. You see it land directly into the leather back, the leather cuirass of Kaladi. As it happens, ice expands extremely rapidly in almost like a diamond-like pattern around him. As it does, it looks like for a second, he turns and attempts to do something. He has like a dagger in his hand. He's trying to slice at it, but this dude ain't a mage. He is instantly covered in ice. And he will be frozen for 4
The rest of the week.
minutes.
the rest of the week.
He will be frozen for 4 minutes.
Oh my god.
It's like 400 rounds of combat or some shit, probably.
So can he be moved?
Yes,
A sliding icicle.
he can.
Well,
You-
move him back.
Like
to
I
the
said,
ring.
as soon as Polo mentioned ice arrows, I'm like, let's see if anything matters in here for a second.
Let's see if
'Cause I
any of my
forgot that
efforts bear fruit.
Because I forgot that Polo had those.
They're important. Oprah gave me those, and I was gonna use them only for special occasions.
The only thing that could have possibly saved Cality was their demonic senses, but it was not something that they could do in this situation. As they are now sliding on the ground as a little icicle. Marco, you catch up with them instantly. Ronan, you are right at there as well.
Yes, in the back of here, little. Got him.
Great job, Polo.
Oh, Cality.
Well,
You notice as you get there, Cality appears to be knocked out while inside of the ice. They're not conscious while inside the ice. They appear to be holding something in their hands. Whatever it
What
is,
do they got?
whatever it is, you're decently sure it's something they took from Forest. As you look it over, it appears to be some kind of a wand or some kind of a small staff.
mm,
As Ronan, you make your way over to it. Ronan, you look at this staff. As you notice, there appears to be something very interesting about this. You
Yeah.
recognize something about it. Inside of the top of the staff where that gem would be, you do see one of the sort of bottle-like things that that Forrest was using to take some of the water from the Zora's domain.
Those Zora domain.
Yeah, that seems to be what is at the tip of this staff. Whatever Cality was trying to steal was whatever Forrest was researching with that water.
hey Ronan, your gauntlets are like ghostly, right? Can you reach in and just take the wand from him?
Can I? I thought it was just that they can become ethereal, not that they can make my hand ethereal.
That was one of the effects we had thought about, but it is not one of the effects you have, no.
Yeah.
Okay, I
They can touch
Want to
ghosts and they can become like ethereal.
Yeah.
Um,
They can basically be summoned out like fucking cool ass
Although-
fucking gauntlets.
I have an idea here. I have enchantments that I can do
Hmm.
on my gauntlets,
Yes, yes.
and one of them is fire. Could I just like melt a little hole towards the wand and grab it from him?
I see no reason why not.
Let's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
go.
I see zero reason why that would not work. Polo, you make your way over to him. As you do, you see the ice arrow inside of the back of Cality seem to fade and lose whatever magic it has, but you have 5 more, it's fine. And you just see you guys both just see like a large amount of heat surround Ronan's his clawed gauntlet, as he reaches in and pulls out that wand. Which again, looks as if it is a small staff that has a magic bottle as the end of it instead of a gem or whatnot.
interesting.
Wonder why he wanted this. Have to ask Forrest about it.
Well, judging by people's magic being stolen, he probably took the most powerful magical focus.
Maybe. So,
Meaning
What?
he's also not the one getting the experiences. Fuck.
no, I don't think so.
And
You
I see that
guys-
you. Yeah.
Hear
was that?
commotion coming on behind you. Not like fighting or anything, but you guys do hear talking and spirited yelling coming from the area back behind you. You guys just left. One thing I will notice for you guys is as you guys look ahead of you for about 20-30 feet, you guys see what appears to be a small pile of treasure at the end of this hall.
Is that a trap?
It does not seem to be to your senses.
How the fuck?
You remember that these areas have been told to be, you're not supposed to go into them, which is why people just kind of hang out at the outside of them. Ivory has been saying that these areas are extremely dangerous, do not touch. They're like, oh, you can definitely get ready to go into the caverns, definitely, but don't go in them yet. As you look further in, you're decently sure Ivory was just kind of telling people not to go near their treasure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this guy thought there would be a way out, and there was a dead end, isn't it?
There was several things in my mind where I'm like, I don't think that we're gonna need to worry about where this.
He's gonna get to the end, and then he's gonna be like, "Fuck."
The biggest
He's
thing
gonna
that was
have to
gonna
come back.
the biggest thing that was gonna come up was either if there was gonna be a fight or not if he was gonna get away.
Mm-hmm.
So noting that, Polo didn't get the whole mind thing happening to her. So does he not have a red cloth on?
I mean, it only happens if you touch them.
Or
When you
attack
hit
them.
Oh, I thought it was just if you touch them.
It does not look like there's any red cloth on this person.
We can wait until he's thawed out and tied up to ask him some questions. Maybe he'll give us some answers. Probably not, given our track record, but we can see.
Yeah, well, let's drag this idiot out of here and... fuck.
All right, he'll pick up the chunk of ice and, well, I guess, begin
It'd
making his way
be
up.
easier to just push it. It's ice, it'll slip on the ground apparently.
Ronan can pick it up if they want.
Yeah, do whatever you wish. And yes, these tunnels are dangerous. But now we see the thing. It's strange.
Now we see why it's dangerous.
It's dangerous because if you find my fucking treasure, I'll kill you.
Yep.
Do the three of you want to make your way back toward where the commotion's coming from?
Yeah.
Polo, you want to go too?
I think she said BRB.
Ah, gotcha. You guys would turn and make your way back out to the other side. It's at this point that we will go to Gorthos.
Yep.
Gorthos, you would have gathered everyone that you could out to you, as you would be basically carrying all of the ones that had fallen unconscious with a small fucking battalion of people behind you, as well as a horse and a large dodongo. As all of you would be making your way up into this area. Again, you basically carrying every single unconscious person there is. As soon as you would get up near the top here, people would begin to stir again. As you get up near the top, both Jason and Matilda would begin to stir, as well as Obera in your arms would begin to stir, as well as Riva. Floating seemingly a little bit above where Pika is, you would also find the eyes of the ghost would begin to open as well. You look at the area in front of you, you find that there is a large gathering of people over by where Ivory is. Gonna get him over there. There they go, look at them all go. Blah. And as I mentioned before, there is some spirited conversation happening. In other words, there is some yelling happening over on the other side of there.
Fantastic. I think Gortha's just sprinting across the bridge.
You see, as you're
Those
running
people.
in, the person that is leading the charge for you is Rudon with their blade out, pointing it in any direction.
God I think he just like I don't think that Radon can outpace Gorthos, so he's just gonna scoop
With
her
your
up.
legs,
Just scoop her up. Just
I don't know. I think she could be faster. She's got the tiny legs. She can hit the ground more than you can.
You let the others
how that works.
sort of gather up the people about and try to explain what has happened to them. You let down those that you are carrying. Going with you, there are a couple of people. In particular, you find that Poma, I'm gonna get rid of Pomodora. It's just Poma. You find that Poma and Z are the ones that are sticking with you as you scoop up Radon and book it across the hall. Probably ducking, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As you would get over to the other side, you would hear at that point, you would feel a magical flash of energy coming from the area behind you. Because they would have ran in the tunnel for a little bit, not a humongous amount of time, but you did see like a flash of magic coming from the tunnel behind you.
You feel like a very refreshing cold breeze waft through.
The feeling of spring mint. An ice arrow has been fired. Anyway.
As you bring Radon over here, you will note every single mage looks at you and then looks at Radon's blade and then looks at you.
She's just excited. Put the sword away.
Which one of you did it?
None of them, maybe. Put the sword down.
Okay.
Place is very good.
All right, but I am merciful for now.
Good. That's a good trait. Keep on that. He just completely ignores the other mages and goes straight towards Ivori.
Ivori seems to, for a moment, be looking as if they are feeding something to Argo. They seem to have a small disc of some kind of liquid that they seem to be feeding to Argo, as Argo is like, I'm fine, I'm okay. You would find that as you get around, the rest of them are, at this point, stopping arguing because you've shown up. But as you make your way, Gorthos, what happened out there?
Obera, Matilda, and Jason collapsed. And Riva and the green-eyed bow. It happened again. Here, of all places.
The hero as well?
Yeah, shortly after Matilda fell.
Trying to find good music, sorry. We'll just go straight back to the corridor of elements. It's fine.
Sure.
It's good. It's good music.
It's good.
It happened to Ronan back in our boat. Now it's happened here. Again to Matilda twice now.
I had assumed that this place would have been better prepared for something like this. Whatever happened, it did not seem to affect me at the very least. As well, there are a couple here that it did not seem to affect. They motion back toward the ghost assistant of Riva, as well as Gru, who are just kind of like looking at everything. Whatever it was, it seemed to attack en masse, unlike what you had said before, where it seemed to be targeted.
It just shows that whatever is doing this has far more reach than we wanted to believe.
The last thing I saw was this one's charge, motions toward Forest, taking off into my tunnels.
You probably don't need to worry about them.
Your new friends took off after them.
You most certainly have nothing to worry about. He will be brought here.
I am deeply apologetic about that. I do not know what has gone into him. You see him like look over to his waist where his scepter would be, and he's just like kind of, again, like just looking nervously toward everyone.
Something missing, Forrest?
I believe my associate has stolen from me, yes.
What?
I had asked Ronan to take me to the Great Sea, the one beneath the Zora's domain, so that I might look into the properties of the waters around there. And quite incredible properties they were. but I couldn't find much use for them here. I was going to hold on to some, as he motions over to his belt, showing a couple more vials of liquid. But the larger of the vials I saw was actually a decently well-off magical implement, one that would allow for channeling of magic through, so I connected it with my staff. It was one of the many properties I hope to uncover from that.
He sees. These attacks are getting too much. There has to be some way we can track this. Gorthos feels that Aghanim is behind this, but he cannot prove anything.
Whenever Ronan had made his way through, he attacked some kind of a spirit in the sky, one of the ones that were here before. And once that thing was taken care of, everyone began to awaken. Not to mention the others went after the one inside of the tunnel. So once we get them all back, we should be able to interrogate those two at the very least. That doesn't mean you're off the hook. You are one of the ones that did not collapse. You have been lying to us this time, have you not? He just kind of crosses his arms. And what if I have? I have done nothing wrong. I have just been accompanying my associate. Gorthos, take care of this one. She motions over toward Gru.
Gru, Ivori, now is not the time for infighting. If you have secrets, Gru, that pertain to this, now is the time to speak them.
I am no mage, as I'd already spoken with a couple of you about. I'm able to pass as one because of this trinket I won back in Castletown. What I came here was for the information that I had gained upon my travels. I learned that there was a great source of treasure around these mountains. I just so happened to find my way here, and all of you happened to think that I was a mage. I have done no fault.
Gorthos recalls you winning that trinket, yes. The vault, we already know is Gorthos's. We'll deal with that later. Right now, there is more pressing matters, and for the moment, we should be civil about this. He looks to Ivori. Yes?
I would rather there be less people around I couldn't trust. If you have nothing to do with things, you should be kept away. Preferably somewhere where we can find you and prod at you if we need to.
Gru, it would be best if you do not leave this place.
I won't be going anywhere.
Good.
I have nothing to hide. If it weren't for the others going after the one in the tunnels, I would have been the first to make my way.
Gorthos will take you at your word on this, and would have been appreciative of the gesture.
Whatever this is, Gorthos, we are understanding, and we do. From what I understood of seeing everyone like that, I can tell a different property of whatever just happened there. It is siphoning magic, both in one way and another. At first, you had all told me it was just memory, training, but it seemed to be actually siphoning magic. The Kokiri here is made of that. He could have died.
He is aware that Kokiri are special.
I'm fine now. Just drink.
Argo, drink it. We
don't
need
need
to
to
find the source of this siphoning.
Your friend should be here soon. I felt a magical burst, and there has been no other fighting since.
Good. Then they should be here any moment.
Are the rest of them over there doing fine? The ones you brought in?
They're recovering. Matilda put up quite the fight. You could feel it. But even that wasn't enough. Jason is more problematic. The thing that the Master Sword even couldn't protect them.
We can ask them about that whenever they are better off. We already know that it should not be any of them who could have done this. They are all your allies, right?
Yes. Northos will find out who did this.
If we want to completely get away with the fact that none of your allies would turn coat on you, which I remind you, Gorthos, has happened in the past. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. We can exclude them for now. Which means it's somebody either connected with the ones that your friends took into that tunnel, or it's someone remaining here. Go and get your friends.
If there are traitors in our midst, Ori, it will not be a repeat of last time. I promise you that.
Just go.
He's gonna go to the tunnel.
By the time you get around halfway through the bridge, you would say that at this point, you look down at the moblin toe that's on the ground, and you're like, ugh. However,
that's like, that's how you caught them.
However,
Hi.
was as Polo?
I was gonna say like, oh yeah, we had that moblin toe. We were gonna like sell it or some shit.
Yeah.
I want to assume that this blackness that's around it is just whatever is leaking from it.
I just want to imagine that like when it came out of the jar, it left like a trail. Like it just.
I want to imagine that it left like a film in the jar, so even though the Poe is
there.
the Poe is suffering.
You would notice Ronan making his way back, holding on to a large icicle, which does appear to be somewhat rapidly melting. Not rapid enough for it to like be crazy, but faster than regular ice melts at this temperature. He's only going to be in there for a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
As you guys would come up and around, you would see Gorthos. You would also see everyone over here. For a moment, Ronan, you do stop as you see Obra sitting on the ground. They seem to be sort of surrounded by everybody else. She looks to you, a bit of a tired look. You go over to her, but she then like just motions to you like,
Yeah.
Go on. I'm fine.
Are you sure? Everything's okay?
We're fine. We're fine. I'm just happy it didn't happen with you.
He'll give her a hug real quick. Give her a kiss on the forehead, and
That is so cold.
then... No, he put the thing down. He put the guy down.
That's what said you
Yeah,
were
but
cold.
he's still gonna be cold. You're holding a
Okay.
cold thing.
He'll stop, and then he'll...
I didn't say
Leave.
stop. She hugs back. You guys see Gorthos on the other side as you guys start moving over there.
He just immediately starts picking up the pace, just fucking...
You guys meet in the middle of this section here with your two prisoners.
Are you all unhurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really easy.
Thanks to Polo.
It also helped that. You did great. It also helped that it was a dead end. So
That too.
Really?
Well, we couldn't have known.
neither did he.
To be fair, Northos wouldn't know. But
We should probably get this guy tied up before he thaws.
just does Kelly look like? Does he look like he's like he can perceive his surroundings?
No, he appears to be knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Once that ice
neat.
breaks, he's freaking fainting from the fucking hypothermia.
Once the
Cool.
ice breaks, he's probably gonna wake up.
It's
It
fine.
appears to be whatever the magic is has knocked him out.
He just leans around. Oh, there's the arrow. Good shots.
Yeah,
Quickly now.
that is square in the back. If he wasn't wearing armor, there'd be bad problems.
Huh. You could have broken his spine in two with that shot. Luckily, there's armor there.
I mean, it would have stopped him.
It would have stopped him from. Yes, it would have stopped him from running for the rest of his existence.
Just to be clear, is this Cowdy, or does it look like he's got makeup that's just smeared with the ice?
It looks like Cality.
Damn.
And from what you're looking at, because I'm assuming you still have the blue mask on. From what you look over at them, they don't appear to be any illusions, at least.
Yep, this is Cowdy, all right. That's very disappointing.
Again, though, there is a difference between illusions and makeup and stuff, so you wouldn't know until.
Last one had makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you guys would immediately notice as well, because Ronan, you would have the other mask on, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, I have the red one.
You would note that there is not much it can tell you anymore. Everyone on this other side, other than like Argo, looks like they are on edge and are a threat.
Yeah.
Argo has the brightest blue in the sea of red.
The only ones that don't seem a threat are Argo and Z. Even Radon seems to be a threat with that fucking sword.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like, I don't know
Wow,
who
little
needs this,
monster.
but I'm gonna
Even
do
Caliburn,
it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Caliburn is not. Caliburn also doesn't have a thing. Neither does this little witch.
Caliburn's not even blue, it's just a void because they're empty.
Stu even seems to have a little bit of it, because you know that Stu is magical in some ways.
Yeah, Stu was on edge. Shit.
Stu is on fucking edge. He's like, I was knocked out.
He'll take the mask
They've
off and put
learned
it
all
back
my
in his
secret
bag.
magics.
It also seems that he got like the least hurt by it.
It's fine.
They learned all
man.
my secret magics. Like, I didn't really see anything. I'm playing.
Yeah, okay.
You guys make your way over. As you do, you see that Ivori looks over. You bring the ice forward, Ronan. As you do, Ivori looks to it. They look down toward the basin of water that they've made for Argo, and they immediately just swoop a hand over toward where Cality is. These tendrils of water seem to come out from the basin and grab at the ice, squeeze the ice, and seem to bind them and slam them in place into where the basin is.
All right, cool.
I will not be leaving.
There is still a little bit of ice on there, so he still has not woken up, but they have basically went, no, you're not leaving. You're not going fucking anywhere.
And then there's this one. He pulls out the bottle.
There's no better way to bind that than what you already have, but I will take it as well.
Hands it to her.
I will return the bottle to you. This one is not awoken yet, but apparently he had stolen something.
Oh yeah. He will pull out the scepter.
And you have no problems with us checking that out, Forrest? Of course not.
Thank you for this. He will go walk over and hand that to Ivori as well.
Ivori looks at it and begins to look at the area where the gem should be and kind of shake the water around. Amazing how the water didn't freeze. Magic bottle. Ah, I see.
Impressive.
These things apparently can hold lava, so I'm not that surprised. They usually are decent at keeping temperature. All right.
He can only the amount of times he can count the time that when the lava bottles saved his life. You should tell some stories sometime. At any rate, reminiscing notwithstanding, we have two prisoners here, and Yorthos has many questions.
Yeah.
Well, this one should awaken as soon as all the ice magic has left their system. Another minute or so. So I guess first we should look at this Poe here. Unfortunately, the only one that seems to know them is Poma over there. I guess that's my name now, yes.
You do not object to anything, so.
I do not. What can you tell us of this person? They've been watching me since we made our way here. I know nothing really about them other than that. They're watching creepily. I hate them. You should send them into the abyss.
Not yet.
Wow. We know their name is
Surely
Kanar.
someone-
Other than that, we don't know much of anything, except they're a witch. They were wanting to research the expanse just as all of us were. They were always watching. They never really brought anything to throw into it. No hands for it. But if anything out there could use magic, siphoning it from people, a Poe would be at the top of my list. Though that shares a spot with other mages. And this one seems to be both. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Kanar? The Poe seemingly looks out toward all of you and narrows its eyes toward everyone in the room as they're just sort of like looking about. No matter what position you're in, it looks as if the eyes are watching you.
I'd speak up if I were you. I don't want to know what Ivori's going to do to you.
There is little that I can do. As a magical ghost, the only ones that would have any sort of real ability to mess with them are other powerful ghost figures. If you still had that Gomez of yours, maybe we could use it, but I believe you killed it.
He kept the scythe blade.
Oh, you
I
did,
got
did
these.
you? Looks toward the both of you, one with the gauntlets, and one just like saying they kept the scythe blade. Maybe there is something we can do then.
Ronan is the more immediate solution.
You hear that, Kanar? Ronan here has the ability to hurt spirits. You would not want to end up on the opposite side of this behemoth of a Zora, would you?
And you just targeted Oprah, which puts you at the top of my beat-up list.
And Magic Frog.
And Magic Frog. You've hurt two people I care very much about, so I'd get talking.
They seem to, for a moment, stare towards you, and you see almost an amused look go over their face as they look to you, Ronan. As they look at you amused after you say you hurt people I liked, he seems to almost be goading you. Ronan, you see Gru look over to you. Try this out. He holds out the blue lantern towards you.
What's this?
This is what they've been thinking that makes me a mage. However, it's not really magic that would be too effective there. It is a spiritual flame. Something like
what's
this
it do?
is definitely the bane of any ghost.
Okay, thank you kindly. He will take that.
As Gru hands it over to you, I would like you first to roll me for your magic, since you are a now that you have access to this while being a magician. Roll me for your magic, please.
Mhm.
Hey.
That's a 19.
Yep.
You find that whatever this is, it appears to be fire magic, obviously. However, it appears to be a special type of fire magic. This spiritual flame seems to be able to, first off, hurt ghosts. Very, very important. Second off, you feel that you can trap something within the lantern. You feel as if this thing is made specifically to fight against Poes and other kinds of spiritual beings.
Okay.
As he hands it off
So-
to you, he seems to step back looking at Ivori. Does that help my case?
I think it does.
A little bit of
Hey,
time
well-
in there, and any spirit will want to talk.
Okie doke then. Thank you very much. He will open up the bottle and immediately, well, he'll point it into the thing first, then open it up.
You feel, most likely, if you were to be using this on a spiritual being in battle, it would probably take something to do this. However, since this person is already subdued, they are immediately drawn out from the bottle and into the lantern. As they do, there is a look of shock that goes on their face, and you just hear, "You foolish."
I told you. I'd get to talking.
Fish.
Do I feel like that lantern could affect me by chance?
Looking at that, roll me diligence.
Oh no. I remember what happened last time Gallon pulled some weird shit. Oh boy.
Oh man,
Love it.
Marco's on 500 ping.
Gorthos,
No.
you don't know if that thing can hurt you. However, the more you look at it, the more you look at the actual make of it and kind of check it out, you start to think you really don't want to try it.
Ain't worth finding out.
I don't think I'm pretty sure Gortha doesn't want to find out.
You're like,
I am very. Gortha's
This
very
era
much
is
fluid,
weird.
I suppose.
this era is
This-
weird and I hate it.
Did I make that cage? I don't know.
Did I make
do
that cage, or did one of Gorthos's many enemies make that cage?
It's hard to tell in all honesty. Gorthos and his enemies usually make some very similar items.
One
It's
of
quite
them's like, oh, I can't wait to fuck up this ghost, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see what I can do.
This is gonna be sick.
This is gonna be sick. As it is bottled, it does not seem to growl out at you any longer. It seems to look as if it closes its eyes, as if concentrating. You feel a surge of energy coming from the lantern, as if the lantern now has been almost replenished of its magical power that it had in it before. If it had lost any charges, they would be gained back right now.
Oh, okay.
As you hold on to it, Gru looks back. A little bit of time in there will do it some good. I've not seen a single spirit that I put in there not want to talk after an hour.
How many spirits we put in there?
About 24.
Holy cow.
It's been very useful.
Clearly.
The area to the north of Hyrule is very much swarming with redeads and other sorts of unlife, especially at night.
They usually always come out at night.
Then what about this
Well,
one? Polo. The magic you had used on this came from the arrow, yes?
Yes.
It should have been easy to dispel then. How come you're not waking? They put another feathered hand over them. As they do, the rest of the ice seems to melt away into the water of the basin. However, it does look as if Cality is still unconscious.
Have you tried pulling the arrow out?
They reach down and pull it out. There is no magic left in this. The actual arrowhead seems to be completely destroyed as well. This leather is not normal, though it did seem to at least affect him. Good job, Polo.
Yes, really. The arrows were just creations of Miss Obera.
You seem to be very adept at using magical items, however. We may have something to talk about whenever we're done here.
Oh, okay.
That being
Does,
the case... Yes, Ronan?
Does this this is a out of character question. Does the Song of Healing hurt demons? I can't remember.
Does not, no.
No,
It does not.
it fucks up ghosts.
Does it?
He gives them
No.
depression.
It gives them it makes them for someone that makes them move on to the afterlife.
Okay, yes. We don't want that right now.
It opens up heaven's stairway and they just go up it. Or hell, depending. I don't know. Some ghosts are assholes.
It would, if you were to do it, it would be problematic for Kanar and for Poma.
Yeah.
As well as the undead weird Zora witch lady over here. and Caliburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, as they look over to them, they're either feigning sleep, which I doubt. Either that, or there is some kind of other magical effect on them, either of their own use or someone else's. I am very tired of this. What is it, Polo?
Now, I know that there's the utterance of a word that causes demons to stir uncontrollably, but before I was to utter a word, would anybody here, by any chance, not be a demon aside from Gothos?
What are you speaking of?
He just looks at Ivori. Back to Pola.
They say that demons tremble controllably under the word of Ganon.
As you say that, is anyone here a demon other than Kaladi?
That's why she looks over like, and no one else here is a demon as far as I know, aside from Gorthos.
I don't know what Ivori counts as, honestly.
Ivori does not count as
the
a
only
demon.
one I would assume might be false, but
Has like fucking seizure.
None of them. Nobody here seems to even quake at that. Some of them look over to you in interest. You see that Master Rova, as well as Ivori and Poma, look to you in interest, as in like, oh, you know that fucking name. But other than that, no one else here seems to really have much of a thing of it.
Oh, okay. So Kaladi doesn't start convulsing either?
Nope. Whatever this is, that at least shows he's not faking.
Oh. Well, if he was feigning unconsciousness, that would have definitely stirred him. Or at least it should have.
I am very tired of all of this. We put this off long enough. I believe it is time to enact what I wish to do. And all of you here are going to aid me. It is time to finish the cake.
Magical effects.
Once I have finished the cake, I will have my one wish that I wish to have. Recently, I was planning on using it for a certain someone, glares at Gorthos. That being said, I have recently thought of another thing. I would like to understand more about those within my own domain. I will make my wish as thus as soon as we are done, and believe me, I am not doing this for any sort of out there reason for any of you. I will allow some lenience for those within me. I'm not going to wish for omnipotence or something, but I do want to know what is happening here. I am going to wish to understand everything about this spell. Is anyone else in
sounds
agreed?
good to me.
Once I learn about this spell, I will hopefully understand who cast it, as well as what its components are. If I wanted to, I could even try to turn it against whoever is doing it.
Most wondrous idea.
They will leave this place to me. Whether they leave alive is up to them. She starts making her way back toward the area behind.
Wait, a wish?
I didn't know the cakes could do that.
I mean, I've heard the superstition where you're supposed to set a wish on a cake.
If you guys remember, in the beginning of the game, whenever you guys were giving the cake over to quote-unquote the princess, the thoughts in Hyrule was that if you eat through everything, you gain a wish. It never really happened because it seemed to not be the actual case, but you guys also know there's a lot of demonic energy in these things, and some kind of magic effect is bound to happen. Ivori seems to completely believe that they will have a wish from this.
That's just that thing of, in my head, I'm just like, I'm gonna wish on my birthday cake, and it's just like, that's just a fucking superstition, right?
What do you mean?
Be
Yeah,
surprised.
no, just blow out your candle. No.
I imagine she probably has magic in place to make it do what she wants. But that's just me.
That's just that thing of, like, as she walks out, there's just a little head tilt from Polo, just like, a wish.
Makes sense.
I thought it was just really superstition.
So that's what
It
she's
all
been
has
trying
to-
to do. Rova moves over
Yeah.
toward where Cality is. She's been obsessing over that cake, something about how it'll curse us all or something if we fail it or something. However, it
I
seems
mean-
as if most people are good enough or are smart enough not to take any chances with it.
Mm,
You seem to have an idea in your mind, Polo. What's going on?
huh?
Rova is sort of hunched over, like using their stick to walk over toward all of you. Ivori is an old friend of mine, but it seems that this current business has clipped something over in her mind. If you have something you wish to say, then please do so. I believe
mean,
that I'm the only person here powerful enough to stop her if I need to.
mostly, the only superstitions I know in terms of that specific cake is that if it is not finished, then there is a curse. And, I mean, now we somewhat know what it is made out of, it being made of various monster parts and demon blood.
We were told about the curse. I believe everyone here understands that. It will most likely be thought of, at least in what they wish to do. I believe they had given us all the understanding that whatever bad effect would happen to only them, if anything. But as long as we finish it, things should be fine, correct?
Yes, but it is quite the gargantuan cake.
Then you better go and get those other mouths on the other side ready.
Indeed.
Of course.
Is there anything else, though? You have hesitation in your eyes, child.
I am just a little bit concerned at what has kept Mr. Cality out of consciousness. I did not mean for my arrow to be potentially lethal, only just to stop him.
They're not dead. As you see Riva make her way over to him. From what I saw before, they were not... Wait. As they look over toward where Ivori is, you see a smug look across Rova's face. You see just a look of complete superiority, like, I am the smartest fucking person in this room.
Grandmother?
I believe this should cement my authority as leader of this coven, should I ever wish to take it back. Your friend over there, Marco.
Yes.
Come and take care of this lad's curse for me.
Sure thing. Me sitting there knowing the issue also, not saying a damn thing.
Marco, as you look at them, you first off do not see the curse immediately, which is very odd for you. This curse, whatever it is, seems to be put on there almost intentionally. As you look it over, it seems like this curse, whatever it was, is not something one would get just randomly. It's not something you would pass by or like brush across a random witch or wizard or whatever and get. This is something that must have taken a long time, because even when you know it exists, you can barely feel it. But now that Riva has brought it up to you, and with that strange feeling you had in the back of your head that you just said, because I'm going to go ahead and give you that, you feel that there is some kind of curse attached to this person. You don't know what its effects are, but you feel like the only way you can get rid of this is to move it to someone else.
Not even putting it in my second slot?
You would have to put it in you, or you would have to put it in someone else. And you don't know what it would do. Why the hesitation, boy?
It's a very impressive curse. It's intentional. It would have taken a long time to make. Sure, I'll take the risk. He will suck in the curse.
You're gonna... Okay. Are you sure?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Does it have to be a person?
It has to be a person. If you would like to,
Well,
that's fine. We will have to figure some things out. But if you would like to, let me know. It's up to you.
this curse, it has to go into a person. I can't move it to an item or even within my own particular magic. I would have to take on the curse myself.
Couldn't you, in theory, put it in like a volunteer or something, and then take it out of them and back into him when you're done?
Go ahead. You see Riva bring their hand over to you as if reaching to you. I will be your guinea pig.
Oh,
All right.
What, do you think
If
this
you'll
will
trust
kill
me
me?
on this.
no, I was
No?
gonna offer myself, but I mean, all right.
He will
It
do
is
the
up
thing.
to you, Marco. I'm going to give you this option. Riva is definitely allowing themselves to take this on. Riva, from what you can tell, is a very small, frail old woman. But they seem confident. Who knows if that is a flaw of theirs or not? It is up to you. Do you want to put this in someone else? Do you want to put this in Riva, or do you want to put this in yourself?
He will act like he's about to put it in her, but he will put it in himself instead. And we'll figure things out later.
Okay. Marco, I need a couple of rolls
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
Now, when I say this, something automatically will happen to you. And that is not something that we can really get away from. That being said,
Yeah.
it could be good or it could be bad.
Yeah.
All right. I'm giving time for all the Marco spalations in the chat. Because the first of these
Thank you,
rolls,
chat.
because the first of these rolls is very important. Marco, roll me for your resistance.
Not my resistance.
If I knew what you were doing,
Oh.
I'd give you a jam session, but I can't. So, have fun, nerd.
You have,
That
by
is
the
the-
way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inspiration.
Cool. I put in my own for 10 rolls.
16.
16. 6. 12.
17's
17
new high.
highest.
5 to go.
7.
19's new highest.
19. 19 is now the highest.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
2 more. 1 more. And 1 for the road.
One for the road.
All right. With a
So
19,
19.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Marco,
Yeah.
I hate to do this to you,
What are you taking from me?
but you are going to pass out immediately.
And there we go, just like this.
That
and
being said, Marco, I would like for you to get a +1 to 5 of your stats.
Oh my god.
what the fuck?
You can only put 1 in each. and you can't go past your maximums. Choose 5 of your stats, and you're going to get a +1 in each of them.
All right. Yeah, obviously I would have picked that. Let's do... There we go.
And Marco,
These 5.
after you get those 5 stats, I need you to roll me one more d20. Nothing goes into this.
Nothing goes in. Okay.
Nothing goes in, no fleetings, no anything, guys. That is a 5. Marco, you will be out for probably a while.
Yep.
You guys see Marco drag out some kind of a strange curse from deep within Cality. As they do, they look for a second like they're about to place it into Rova, and then you just see a smirk go across their face as they put it right into their chest.
It's like that moment of catching that smirk. It's like, oh no, it's too late. It's just goes like, no.
Gorthos is like, what?
Marco, wait!
Marco!
As Marco glows with some kind of strange energy. However, you notice almost immediately, as soon as this curse enters them and goes through them, there's almost a shine of radiant energy coming from it as well. Potentially some kind of protection Marco had on him from either being a member of the Chosen of the Triforce, or maybe that extra goddess blood he has in him, or some other third thing. But Marco does seem to, for a moment, give off a bit of a radiance to him. But as soon as that happens, and as soon as you guys notice this burst of magic coming from them, which both Polo and Ronan, you guys would immediately know, Marco just got a power up more than anything. As soon as it happens, he is out. You idiot.
Marco. Shake, shake, shake. Marco, wake up.
Is he alive?
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling his pulse.
You bring your hand over to, you bring your one of your fingers over to his arm. He does appear to be breathing, and he does appear to have a pulse.
He's alive.
What the hell? Let me go! Huh? You guys see Cality wake up. What is this?
Leaning over, Marco just looks at Cality.
What is this? Let me out!
There is a fucking deep, hateful growl. As he's looking at Cality.
Where am I?
You're at the Witch's Coven on
Hello?
Spectacle Rock. Mr. Cality?
And Gorthos and what? Where?
Cality? Mr. Cality?
Let me out! I need out! Let me out! They start trying to claw at the water that's on them.
They're just Polo's gonna make sure Marco's out of the way and just put a hand on his shoulder.
Breathe. Relax, Mr. Cality. You're safe.
Roll me for your charm.
Okay.
They are looking as if they are freaking the actual fuck out right now.
Yeah, no, that she's noticed. The whole time she was here, he was all like, I'm all Mr. Grumpy Pants. And now it's now this guy is acting like he has no idea where he has been for the past fucking 5 minutes, like 5
He
freaking
at least
weeks.
recalls you.
Yeah, he recalls her, so it's okay. But
This is regular, yes.
yeah, regular.
You have one. You did have the one bleeding. I think you used it, but that's a 19 anyway.
Yeah,
Who cares?
that's a 19.
With your
19
charm?
plus 2 with 3 in charm, so 2 plus 5 is 24.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. Everything is fine.
They look
Everything
to
is-
you with a pleading look, Polo. They lean towards you. I can't be bound. I can't.
You're fine. You're not. Everything is okay,
The
Callity.
desperation in his voice,
Oh.
to you in particular, makes it sound like he's trying to let you know something.
What is wrong?
When he's
Tell me
saying,
what's wrong.
I can't be bound. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay. She'll take note of that, but right now nothing's getting to me
Okay.
by that.
I think I know.
Gorthos, what do you think?
I think that his being bound up has some horrible connection to a vice.
It potentially could be connected to a vice.
Mm.
That is up to you guys having that knowledge. But he is desperately clawing at this water. He's not gonna say it.
No.
That isn't happening in front of all these people. Nah. But that is what's happening there.
You will not be bound. You are free.
For much longer. We have a lot to talk about.
Gothos, he might not.
But he might. That curse was placed on him somehow.
Mr. Callity, if you can,
Callity is
find-
currently freaking out.
Yeah.
Is Ivori still here? Or did she walk off?
Ivori is
No,
inside of
she's-
this area here. You could easily call out to her though.
Ivori!
As you call out, you will hear some heavy steps coming from the other direction. After around half a minute, she does find themselves making their way here. As they step out, they look over to you. They notice Marco on the ground. They notice this person freaking out. What is going on here? Sorry, my throat.
Yeah.
Ah,
Marco
what
did
is
what
going on
Marco
here?
does. Marco did what Marco tends to do.
Yeah, well, this one seems awake at least.
Release him.
Are you mad, Gorthos?
Perhaps.
Mr. Fori, I think
Isn't.
while Mr. Callity was here, he was not himself.
They look him over. As they do, they get a very dark look on their face before just letting a noise like a tick out, like ch. As they do, you realize if I unbind them and they are just playing us, I do not have full control of this place yet.
Then that will be our responsibility to make up for.
And Callity will be killed. Simple as that.
Everyone here, between all of us, we can deal with it.
Yes.
Fine. They raise a hand. As they do,
Well,
The
this is
water-
so fucking ready for Callity to do something.
the water unbinds from Callity and Callity drops into the basin. As they do, they scoot themselves and they jump out from where the water was. As they do, Gru gets behind them and seems to grab
Yes.
them. As they shake out of Gru's grasp and they sort of like kick themselves away. Stay back! What's
We're
going
gonna
on?
need some cooperation here. If you cooperate, nothing will happen.
Okay. All right. What are you doing here, Polo? Are we in Death Mountain? Where are we?
We First, I need you to please calm down. We are right now on Spectacle Rock in the Witch's Coven. But I want to ask you, why do you think you are still on Death Mountain? And what is the last thing you remember when you were in Death Mountain?
We were cleaning up everything. Were we not?
Cleaning up everything?
After that one calling himself Demise was there, we were setting things straight, and
Oh no.
That was a while ago.
More than
Kaladi.
a month ago.
Kaladi, you have not been yourself for the past month.
What now?
It has been a month since the incident with Demise at Mansion.
Why am I here then? What am I doing here?
Kaladi, who is this? He points at Forrest.
Forrest is looking over at Kaladi with like the look of just absolute confusion. This is my apprentice. They have been traveling with me this past month.
No, Kaladi. He's asking Kaladi, who is this?
They shake their head. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Ronan will, as this like interrogation is happening, he will in the background play Concerto of Peace just to try to set this guy's nerves a little more ease.
That's good. He needs it.
Yeah.
He very much needs it. He got calmed down enough, but then he had to stay on the thing. Just for everybody's thoughts in the thing. It is his vice. His vice is being bound by anything, which was going to come up. Which was going to come up very, very heavily in the other arc if you guys would have taken the bait for him being a red herring there. But when it comes to things right now, he does seem to be somewhat calming with the music, as he is sort of like looking back, looking around. Ivori is staring daggers over toward where Forrest is. And can you explain me why this past month you would have been training this person who is obviously not a mage? I assume that mages can be made. Whenever it came to me, I was hoping that through experience they would be able to unlock the latent potential that they showed.
That is not an unheard of thing, Ivori. It's rare.
Where did you find Mr. Kaladi, Mr. Forrest?
I have found them on the roads off to the east of Castletown.
The east of Castletown.
As I was making my way down from the north, I was making my way to Castletown in particular to get more, I guess, supply, the best way to put it. I researched natural elements. As I was looking to gain aid from them, I had taken them with me. They seemed like they were showing promise. I brought them all over the place with me until we made our way here. This is my apprentice. And now I've lost him.
Well, those feels you never had one in the first place.
I don't know if you wanted whoever that was as an apprentice.
I must think. May I sit with your friend? He just sort of sits down in front of Magic Frog.
She's like, hold on, just
He's like, Magic Frog is a comforting sort, right?
He is.
And for those of you in chat who do not know, because I saw somebody ask, a vice for a demon is an unbreakable thing that they cannot do. If something like that happens, they are basically at the mercy of whoever is doing things. For example, Polo's brother's vice was basically listening to those who he found love with. It was very odd. It was a very specific vice for them. When it comes to Cality, his appears to be binding. Whatever this curse was, or whatever has gone on with it, seems to at some level either have been a powerful binding charm to him, or has somehow affected his memory in some other way. His initial freak out right there was basically, while I'm bound, I can't do shit. I don't want to be bound. This is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Forrest. I've also lost an apprentice.
Basically,
So says Magic Frog.
basically as soon as you guys thought of it as a vice, one thing you guys could have done if you wanted to take advantage of it, he literally could not refuse anything to you while he was being bound. But again, that's kind of icky. It's a little icky, depending if you wanted to use that or not against him. As he seems to be calming himself, he looks about. I take it then that I am not of my right mind then.
Words. He just looks at Marco.
I have never had any interest in learning the mystic arts. That is not something that is relevant to me. Though whenever I was a child, my father did tell me I had some talent in it. I do not consider myself a mage or a magician or wizard or witch or whatever.
So the last thing you remember doing was being at the mansion, right? And you were like kind of just cleaning up stuff?
Now that he's calmed, because of the song, I'm gonna have him roll. See if he remembers anything else.
Come on, you bastard! Remember something?
I'll give him a jam session because I'm already playing.
Sure.
That's
I'll do one more roll then.
There's accompaniment.
Ah!
Yeah!
20! Jam, 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 jam.
I'm so glad I snuck that in Indiana Jones style, baby.
There have been so many nat 20s today. I love it.
So, Deco, explain.
I suppose that isn't completely correct. I remember leaving, though I wasn't planning on leaving for a long while. I had actually had questions for Polo before I wanted to leave. As you all know, I am from another tribe that finds itself off to the northeast. I wanted to know more thoughts about whatever reign they plan on having. But that couldn't be for later. While I have made my way out, I have found my way going across one of the places that they had used to test us before making our way to the Demon Manor. The large pools of hot liquid that wasn't really hot. As I made my way through there, I met with some sort of a spirit or some sort of a crazed being. They were walking it like they had a Poe on a leash. They seemed to be cackling. I immediately felt danger from them. They had powerful magics, but the magics they wielded were the powers of light. It was not normal. A mage should not have that kind of power, especially in front of those of us who fear that. They had saw me coming, and instead of bracing themselves or fearing me like I have been used to, they laughed at me. Or I guess toward me, or toward themselves. I will never forget that laugh. Not as long as I live, I will never forget it. They bound me. They stole me from that place, and when I returned to all of you, while the power was still waned, I remember saying my brief goodbyes before making my way down the mountain. I made a stop, though. Where was it?
Castletown?
No, well, maybe, but on the mountain, there was a man, a Goron. The one that was laughing. They touched him too. One of the Gorons is under the same curse as mine.
Older. He has a spy.
I'm trying to remember them. They had
The
a
mage.
They had a distinct, no, the Goron. They had a distinct thing about them. A blade.
Tattoo.
A blade.
Blade.
They had a blade for an arm.
Blade for an arm.
Oh,
For an
that's
arm.
very
Yes.
identifying.
They were missing an arm. They had a blade instead.
Blade for an arm. I don't.
We could ask the boulder about that. See
They're
if
under
he
the
knows anyone
same.
by that description.
They're under the same curse as I. They were sent somewhere else. I went with that person, probably, as you said, to Castletown, but I remember nothing after. I got something in Castletown. I retrieved something.
A weapon.
A blade, yes. A sword. It had an eye upon it. An all-seeing eye.
An eye of truth.
I remember nothing else. I'm
Mage. Was he wearing anything flamboyant?
He looked terrifying, but not because of what he wore. The features he had. He was grinning from ear to ear. No, there was something. He had a marking on him. A marking under his eye. I believe
What?
he must have been Hylian or something. He had a marking beneath his eye, a red one.
That sounds kind of like
Ronan,
I've
the
seen that.
mask.
They
what's
were
up?
like
Red one.
They were like
The red one.
triangles. There were triangles beneath their eye.
I was gonna say it sounds like Sheikah makeup that we've seen a lot.
Mm.
Sheikah. Right, them. They did. They had white hair. I remember.
The Sheikah mage.
And they had light magic. So
It was terrifying magic. Magic that would... It seemed as if it was bright enough to burn.
Sage of Light? He's kind of looking to the group.
Sage of light. How many more sages have fallen?
You do not know currently if there is someone called the Sage of Light.
Oh, I thought we did.
I thought we did.
No, the one that you guys know is the
Think-
Sage
think
of
of-
the Sun.
The
Sage
different.
of the Sun. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. So, a potential candidate for a Sage of Light, at the very least. Considering.
But if it is a Sheikah, then the one thing you can think of is potentially it could be the Sage of Shadows.
Why would a Sheikah be light? It would be shadow. How? Unless they know both. Sheikah magic is forgotten anyway.
Magic over
Should
both
be.
dark and light? Are you kidding me? That is unreasonable.
It is improbable, but nothing in this world is ever impossible.
Gorthos, in all of my years being alive, which I might remind you is more than you, I have never seen someone take in powers over shadow and sun, light and dark. They are opposing ideologies. The only way someone could do that is supernaturally. That is not something that can happen naturally.
Well, then clearly something unnatural has been affecting the world. With
Polo.
Demise and Gannick back.
Polo, you
Could
would
be
know,
anything.
you would know in particular, Polo, that if somebody did have something like that, one thing unnatural that could be from it is because someone, at least from what you know of the Sage of the Sun, had stolen power from a god.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially that could be the unnatural element to it.
Yeah.
It seems that people in this era are more prone to breaking the rules and laws of reality more often than we are used to.
We've done it, so we should know.
Especially them.
Well, it seems there's some kind of powerful mage out there then, some Sheikah. We assume that this information is true from your friend here. They are a mage that is stronger than any mage standing present here.
Get that point across.
Well then. Well, if that's the case, well, the more valid he feels now that Diamond Spear exists. This needs to be dealt with.
Yeah! Radon brings out the blade. All of the mages look at it. All of the mages look at it with a.
Well, then, yes, the Diamond
We can
Sword.
put the
Please
blade away for now. There's no one that needs fighting right now.
Well, I'll
Yes,
get
they're
him.
not in front of us.
You did such a good job. You already got him.
I'll get him.
Yes, you will. Now then. We have no reason to believe that he's still lying to us. It's powerful magics.
Everything he's
And we'll
saying
get,
lines up.
we can get proof positive we find this one-armed Goron. And break the curse there, too. Incidentally,
Speaking of the curse, what do we do about him?
Gorthos been trying to figure that out since he met him.
I'm assuming she's pointing to Marco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, Gorthos, can you hold them?
You just hand the lantern over.
Yeah.
Gru just like looks at you guys passing it off. I would like to remind you that is mine, but you can hold on to it.
Yeah.
Of course,
No,
of course we'll be returning it to you.
Yeah, of course. He will pick Marco up. I'm gonna go play Marco a little song real quick, away from our ghostly friends, and I'll get back to you with what happens. If anyone wants to come, they can. And he will begin making his way away.
Ronan, you will rush your way over here. We will get to you in a second.
Well,
When it
just
comes-
looks at the lantern, just like, are you still in there? You can snarl too.
Should be about time. All the other ones have cracked by now.
Whatever your secrets are, you will reveal them.
What do you have there?
A pest.
Can I?
Anar, is this name familiar to you?
No. But can I see it?
Read carefully. He'll lower the lantern down to Kaladin.
As you lower the lantern down, the Poe inside the lantern stares over toward everyone. Again, the eyes, no matter where you're staring at, it looks like it's staring directly at you. As you do,
As
It
I
seems
said,
to
I'm lowering it
stare-
to him. He's not
No,
going
he's not
to let
touching
him
it.
have it.
he seems to stare at it as he does. Those eyes. That's the one. The one that
The
I said
one?
that I had told you. The one that found me, the one that was laughing. It held a Poe as if on a leash.
This Poe?
I believe so. I could be wrong. It's a spirit after all. They can look however they wish, but those eyes are familiar.
Well,
I believe that is the pet of
well,
that creature, the one that did this to me.
He just raises up the lantern again. Well, well, well. Tell him, do you know how to speak?
Of course I do, fool.
What a well-trained pet. This is the worst day of your existence.
You wish.
And you'll be praying. Now then, where to put you? Is there some way to agitate the suffering of this lantern? Grim.
He's already talking. At the time, I believe the best you can do is ask him the right questions and see if he answers. At least he's able to answer you, unlike before, where he was pretending to not talk. It's up to
Let's
you
get
whether or
this
not he wants to answer, whether you can make him.
It's worth a shot. So, let's get this out of the way. Who is your master? What is your master?
One who will bring about change. One who will make them rise again.
Who
It's
is
already in motion, you fool. And you've already known it. It's far too late.
Who is them?
The two that this world fear. They are
No more.
already here.
No mortal, even a Sheikah mage, can rise those two from the dead.
From what I know, and from what all of you know, you've already met one. The other will be far easier.
The easiest thing about them will be putting them back into the ground. Now then, where are they?
My master has power now beyond all. Tell me, Demon General, what does it mean to have in your hand the power of the dark and the light? What difference there is than life itself, death itself, time itself. The passing light to dark, to light to dark. It is beyond you. It is beyond everything.
You know enough to know that title. And yet you don't know how much that power means when faced with real heroism. Ganon and Demise thought themselves invincible, and Gorthas killed them both.
Do not think I don't know. You idiot! Do you not know who you speak to now?
Is your name really Kanar?
I'll tell you what.
Boy.
You tell me who I am, and I will answer one question that you have.
He looks at Avori.
He is a pet?
Apparently.
Old, ancient. He knows. He knows. What was the name of Jika? What was the name of the fourth demon general? Because there's Volcircuit, Thorag, Ivori, and then the other one.
The last one, the one that was destroyed, killed, the only of the four that were killed by the hero, was Majin.
But just looks at this thing and narrows his eyes and just Majin?
Oh, you are not as stupid as you look in this form, Thorag.
Always underestimated him, brother.
Do not spit that at me. I am not a part of your little club. I was the only one that actually did what I was supposed to do. Not
Never a
make
slave.
buddy with the enemy.
You were always a blind slave, Majin. Time clearly hasn't changed that.
You know nothing of me, Thorag. You know nothing of what I do, what I did, who I killed. You know nothing of the joy that I felt serving. If it were not for you, I would still be feeling it. But no, you had to adopt a little Hylian boy. How's that gone for you, by the way? A life full of regret and emptiness, watching as they always disappear. Yeah, that's much better than what you had.
He lives a life of regrets. And he's happy with his choices.
That doesn't matter either way. You said you would answer a question of his. I suppose I did. That being said, choose carefully. Your immediate issues may be what they are. But if you wish to live your way through this, at least to see the coming of the ones of legend, the true rulers of this world, then perhaps you should ask me something more personal. Agonize over it, Thorag! I will answer only one. This cage you have for me will not last! and it will not make me perish. You know it will not make me perish.
You always were too tenacious.
Again, speaking as if you know me.
He knows enough. Hmm.
You wait. Soon, my body will be... Never mind. Shouldn't give you too much. You have one Thorag.
If you spoil the surprise. He just gently places the lantern down and thinks.
Can we really not kill this thing? Ronan has those gauntlets, right?
It won't work.
Speaking of Ronan.
Yeah.
You would hear a lot of laughing from over there. You would deposit Marco with the others. However, doing anything with Marco to try to waken him does not work. Even through the power of an oracle, whatever curse is on him is ancient and tough.
Young Tripos.
You feel that it's going to require a lot of work to remove.
Marco.
We'll hold on to him. Should we make our way over there, actually? Or should we wait here? We heard something about eating, or something's laughing over there. I don't trust that.
We'll probably need your help with the cake later on, but I mean, whichever pleases you most. You can stay here. You can go over there. As long as you're all feeling well, feel free to do whatever you want.
Yeah, if we're doing whatever we want. Princess! If the princess is going, I'll make my way. You see Obra look over toward Marco and then look back. I got him, Ronan. I'll see if I can get him up.
Thank you.
No
All right.
promises, but at least he's alive.
Yeah, at least. And he will make his way back over.
The four of you will return. You would have gotten the end of that last little conversation. You know essentially what this creature is, but Gorthos is still thinking on what to say.
Oh, are we talking about how to get rid of him?
No.
That is also what is they're like, are we sure we can't fuck him up? Like
I could play a song.
The Master Sword couldn't destroy its soul, so it'd be a waste of time.
as you say that, Jason has put up the Master Sword and then slowly puts it down.
Master Sword and a song, though.
Ori,
What is it?
that wish, you can understand the curse with it.
I can, hopefully. Apparently, I can get any one thing that I would like to put through it, given enough magic. And I've been gathering magic just for that purpose here. Especially seeing this thing here, our past coming back to haunt us yet again.
Isn't it always?
We had a good long 1,000 or so years where it wasn't doing much. Then you had to wake up.
But don't pin it all on his existence.
Nah.
He trusts that you'll break the curse on Marco. So,
We could ask about the curse. Apparently it would know something. But it said that our immediate concerns may not be the best thing for it. You have any ideas? Anyone here?
Gorthos has a thought.
It goes beyond me at the moment. I'm just the strongest mage here. Don't lie, Ivori. It's true. We all know it. You didn't even see a curse. I'm the greatest.
I mean, we could ask where their master is. Or did we already talk about that? I just got here.
We have not asked that.
That's
Well, he
definitely
has,
something
didn't
I
work.
want to know. At the same time, if we ask about its master, we won't get to know anything else. It was mentioning something about a body as well.
Whatever form is reconstructed for Majin, it will break like it did before. Now, his immediate question, which may lead us to the sage. You said, Majin, it means to resurrect Ganon.
I just say Ganon, Cality.
What?
Cality does not like that.
Oh. Gorthos wants to know, where is this resurrection meant to take place?
That is your question, Thorag.
You can kill the sage and Ganon in one fell swoop.
The place it was always meant to happen. Spectacle Rock. Here? No,
Here.
not here.
Gorthos just thinks and just...
The one who will resurrect the deepest hatred of our Lord will be approaching far faster than you would like, but at a time that you will never be prepared. And from them, the hatred will spread out, consuming the flesh and rising. If the two then exist, the hatred and the flesh, the demon god will once again rise.
You mean to refuse them? That won't work. Gorthos will not let it work.
You act as if you can do anything against the one that created you.
He did once before.
You did nothing. You were aided by that little boy, and without them, you are nothing. Absolutely nothing, Thorag!
Ronan's gonna walk over to
Gorthos
Gorthos.
looks like he's about to fucking crush the lantern.
Is he in the lantern?
Yes.
He's in the lantern
Okay.
right now.
Oh, he's in the
Gorthos
lantern. I was
looks
gonna be
like
like, bottle.
Gorthos,
Yeah.
if I may.
Back in the bottle.
He will. Ronan will reach for the lantern if Gorthos is willing to hand it over.
Gorthos, you see Ronan reaching out for the lantern. Polo's also pushing a bottle at you.
He backs off the lantern.
I will assume then that Ronan gets the lantern.
Yeah.
Polo, you still have the bottle at the ready in case anything happens.
Jason, Polo, could you come with me, please?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Again, anyone who wishes to come can, except for you. Points to Poma.
Oh, I am definitely coming.
And you, points over to the Riversor lady. And he will begin making his way back over.
Ronan starts to make his way. From what you have heard of that Gorthos, you would assume at this point that Ronan plans on playing the song to try to get them to pass on.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's fine. There's a lot going on right now in his head.
Yep.
I don't think Gorthos is doing much but kind of just standing there looking at the ground.
As the others make their way, Polo and Ronan, you guys pass those who are here. You guys go into a more quiet area toward where the expanse is. At this point, you guys look about. You don't feel like the sound should reverberate or anything of that sort to hurt the other Poes in the area.
Okay. He'll sit the
Matilda
lantern down.
Looks over at it, just sort of staring at it.
Oh,
You
whoops.
find that Jason brings out the Sword of Evil's Bane, just like holding it like a baseball bat at this point. Polo, you still have the bottle in case anything goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Ronan will just sit down.
We'll say at this point, since you said
Yeah.
anybody who wanted to come, we'll also say that that Z have flown off with you.
Cool. That might help, actually.
I haven't been around you in a long time. Hi, Ronan.
Hi, buddy.
Ah.
I'm glad you're back.
Oh.
Do you mind helping me play a song there?
Yeah.
All right. This one's an oldie. And he's gonna start playing the Song of Healing.
Okay. As you look to this, you find that you probably don't need to bring out the you probably don't need to bring it out. The thing itself should not stop it from passing on. You, at least you hope. You're
Yeah.
pretty sure it won't.
Yeah.
As you do this, trying to find it because I want to play it again.
Actually, yeah, no, Jason, you stick with the sword, I guess.
Yeah, they're just like holding it like, don't you fucking do anything.
I do wonder if the ocarina would be useful, though, for this.
As you begin to play Song of Healing, you see inside the cackling Canor, who has been still cackling this entire time as you brought him away, seems to stop. That music. That was that kid! That was the child! What are you doing? It yells out to you.
He does not respond. He just keeps going.
It. You stop it right now! What are you saying, Polo?
Do you have any lingering regrets, Mr. Majin?
Regrets? No, I regret nothing. Nothing I've done, nothing I will do. Everything has for the great revival. You stop
Then
right
you
now!
Then you should not fear this song. You should be content to just move on.
No.
And leave this world for good.
No, I still have many things I need. I have to drag each of you down into the depths. I'm not done. I am not done with you. As
Then
the
you do have
song
regrets.
plays, you notice the Poe begin to shrink, Polo, as you say, so you do have regrets. You, hold on. I can tell you more. I can tell you much more. I can tell you everything.
She holds out the bottle.
You would know everything. This isn't, you can't do this. I am still needed. I need to, you can't do this.
If you fear death, you were already a pet before. What is being a pet again?
It looks to the bottle as if it's looking to the bottle, and then to Ronan as if it's looking at death and death. There is no in between.
You witnessed the fall of the Demon King a long time ago, did you not?
I will not.
You
I
witnessed the
refuse
rise
to
of
be
its-
used against him. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't get rid of me. I can
Serve the Demon Queen.
It looks to you. I would never have another lord. I curse your reign.
Then pass with your regrets. Goodbye.
The song continues. There are times when it genuinely looks over toward where you are, Polo, and contemplates. But something about it, it knows that if it passes away, it does not want that. But if it stays in your control, it knows it will be used against the one that it calls its master. There is a screeching sound that is overtaken by the orchestra that's happening behind where Ronan is. The sounds from the heart, as well as Z letting off its angelic almost tones. The violin cascading throughout. And while the music itself cannot be heard in the other area, there is one final scream that Gorthos, as well as Ivori, recognize to be the fourth demon general, passing from this world to the next.
Goodbye, brother.
As it is about to fade, so this is what they felt. So this is peace.
Yes. They also say it is the beginning of eternity. If it is true that the demon race is a damned one, then we will meet again. Just not under your circumstances. Under mine.
We will see, little demon.
I was never going to truly trap you. It is not in my nature, at least. But I will commend you for your loyalty. It is very admirable. That is something to be proud of. I hope that your rest is well deserved. And may hopefully, if we can be reborn, you can live a life of pure redemption. That is all I would have offered.
I leave you one thing. It is not my purpose to do so, but I believe I must.
Real question.
May it bring you some peace before the end. As the creature disappears, rising up from the lantern that it was in, you guys find in front of you something falls onto the ground, clacking. Seems to be a mask. As this mask falls onto the ground in front of all of you, Ronan, you know that it worked. The song of healing played by an oracle, as well with the orchestra behind it. You guys are left with what appears to be a mask of a strange creature below you. This mask shows a very angular face. The stones around it seem to be showing a same kind of pale blue that you've seen before. The both of you look at this mask of this creature, this dark looking creature, and you notice it seems to be made of similar material as the ocarina that is off the side of you. You see a mask that is made of some kind of a stone that is seemingly tied to the power of time. Majin is dead.
That was too good for you. But thanks. So what's this?
I do not know.
He said it was some kind of a parting something.
She'll reach out to pick up the mask.
You pick it up. Again, looking on it from the outside, it seems to depict almost like a white face with these small indentations of these strange stones that again seem to shine or seem to have this pale, almost gleam about them that the ocarina has. I do not have an image of this because this came out of nowhere. But I will have it next week because I easily can make it.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess we should take it back to the others, see what they make of it.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Could be useful, who knows?
Well, anything that this thing would drop us is definitely useful.
We'll see.
Maybe we will have Miss Savory glean over it.
Yeah. Shall we go?
You guys walk back. As you're doing so, Gorthos.
Yeah.
Upon hearing the final screeches of this person, both you and Ivori look to each other, but then sort of look off in the distance.
And now we really are three, aren't we?
I suppose. I'll get the card. I still need to make that
Yes.
wish. All of you prepare to eat. With that being said, Most of the others start to make their way back over. You find that some of them do stop to look to you. However, most of them will make their way out and away. The only one that seems to remain with you immediately are Gru and Radon and Argo and Clarity. Or Cality. No, not Cality. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, with Cality. Yes. You would also find that because Cality is staying, Forrest seems to stay nearby, still looking very woozy upon getting off of Magic Frog. But the others would go to make their way away, to go to the other side to let everyone know what is going down. Tell the others to await getting some cake. You guys return. You make your way back over toward where Gorthos is. Gorthos, before they make their way there, you do see that Radon has sort of climbed up and is just kind of like sitting up against you.
He just gently pats them. Just a gentle. He's not really there.
Yeah.
Just like a reflex, and just sits there.
The others return. Matilda, Jason, Polo, and Z, as well as Ronan. As they return, you see that Polo has a mask in their hands. As you look to it, I believe it'd be, God, who saw something similar to this?
Yeah, probably was me. I don't know.
I know it's you, and I think Obra were the two that saw it. Though once I say it out loud, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I would like for you to go ahead and roll me diligence real quick. And afterwards, if I say it, we can also assume other people saw it. I don't know. What was it? You're the only one I can think of. Don't destroy me as I'm trying. I don't remember.
Probably the only one present.
I think so.
That's 12 already. And so 12, 16.
As you look at the mask in front of you, you are reminded of the angular visage you had saw inside of the ice underneath Vol Circuit's area. Whenever you had traveled around, where you had saw the visage of another Jason fighting against some large creature.
Oh yeah, I think the whole party.
Yeah, we're all there for that.
Okay,
he just looks at that, just like, Even outside of the ice, it looks just like him.
You guys don't recognize it fully because, again, it was very blurry inside of that thing, but it is very much of the same sort of facial features of that.
Gorthos would recognize it more than us anyway.
Yes.
Especially now.
You see what appears to be, from what you recall, some sort of visage of Majin. But this would be what Majin would be after they had died. The other fourth general, the one that was supposedly replacing Majin. From what you can see here, you can sort of tell, no, that probably was just them trying to resurrect Majin. Majin did mention some kind of a body being almost ready for him.
Well. Interesting. It looks like the one that Majin was supposed to be replaced by.
The one that you had all said I was fighting?
The centipede-like demon in the ice.
The stones on it look a lot like the ocarina.
They do.
Gorthos, you would recognize these to be the same as what you guys had seen whenever Marco had got something similar. You would recognize this to be definitely time stones.
It is a very large piece of time stone that might have far more time warping capabilities than even, well, it might not match the ocarina, but it's there. The potential.
It could have something to do with that, or it could hold some other kind of potential powers. Maybe it would be protecting one from something like that, or I don't know. We would have to figure it out. Only way we can do it is if we mess with some kind of time stuff, right? And I'm down to
put
mess
it
with
on.
whatever.
You could also just put it on. No,
That's what I was thinking, but
it may not be a wise idea. It's hard to say.
Well, what does one hypothesize could happen if it is worn?
You could be launched through time somewhere.
Who knows? Arthos is
But that's the thrill of it, right?
the potential of it, yes. It's
I mean, it would only be while the wearer is wearing the mask. I hope.
he really is gone then.
he is.
I don't see that. I don't feel as if I could have done anything with the sword, but well, Ronan is extremely powerful.
He played the Song of Healing.
So he helped. But yeah.
It is a powerful song. Perhaps he was wrong.
Seemed like he found some peace right at the end there. Much to his own annoyance, I'm sure.
He always did hate that.
He was very loyal.
Of course he was. Arthos expected nothing less.
I did
When we
not
were all-
expect him to get fucking destroyed right here.
As soon as you told me that I could do that to pose, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, this music is so chipper. Yeah, Demon General.
It's
did it.
Carry Town.
You didn't have to do shit with a lantern. I just had to play a friggin' song.
Yep.
There we go.
It is strange he does almost miss him. Despite everything. He wonders if he'll have another chance at being a better person.
Well, either way, Gru walks over toward where Polo and Ronan are and sticks his hand out.
The
The lantern.
The lantern.
Yeah, Ronan will, I guess, hand it to him.
Excuse me.
As he looks to it, he looks it over and then looks over toward where Polo is, where the magic bottle is. You know, I could trade. So I think that's your friends, right?
That's Marco's, yeah.
Yes, it is. It is not mine to part with, unfortunately.
If he
That's
ever
the
wakes,
parties.
if he ever wakes up, tell him I could use it. Not to mention, I feel like you guys could use this more than I would now.
Possibly.
Sir.
Until then, it's still mine. I'm not just giving it away. He just walks away.
Wouldn't expect you
Of
to.
course.
Of course not.
And as soon as he got his item, he starts walking over toward where Stu is. He's just like, "Yep, I'm done with this."
So, you suppose this does pertain to many people. If what Majin said was right, and they do somehow manage to reform into Demise proper, we might actually be doomed.
I mean, you said that your son beat him before, right?
Yes. Link, Gorthos, and Zelda. And others, obviously. We did not operate with just the three of us.
My only wonder right now is how come he looks over toward Cality. Forrest is just kind of still looking at him. How come they wanted to steal my scepter from me?
That is a question.
He wishes he'd known.
You can hold on to it. You can hold on to it if you wish.
You said this was connected to the waters of the Zora, the Sea Zora domain.
The bottle atop, yes, I had taken some in trying to research it. I do not see how it can be of any real use, but if it does pertain to something, I will fully be behind you, and you can keep it, obviously. I still have some other vials that I can use for my research.
Be of value to them there. Spies in the Gorons, perhaps spies in the Zora too, aside from the old king. Old young king. Chica traders.
I don't think you should hold on to it. Argo looks up to you guys. I don't think you should hold on to it.
The scepter, you mean?
Everybody seems to look over to him. I don't know. I'm just getting a bad feeling about it.
Scepter.
It's an ordinary scepter. It shouldn't be anything. Well, somebody took it from you, right? And I'm not going to say that Cality did anything to it, but we don't know. Honestly, I feel like it might be best being destroyed and thrown away. I just have a bad feeling. It's perfectly fine.
What is it supposed to do? What is that scepter? What is it capable of?
I just saw the water as something to be able to channel magic through. It should be mundane, even.
Just a tool for you to channel magic through?
Yeah, perfectly mundane. It would be a waste to get rid of it.
Huh.
I don't know what else to say. It's just what I feel.
I wonder.
Hmm.
I wonder why
I
you're
honestly
getting
just
that
feel like
feeling.
it should be destroyed. If you're going to destroy it, you should might as well give it back.
Go with those, examine it more.
But go ahead.
Appraising this magical item.
Gorthos, it seems rather mundane. It appears to be a magical staff, which you know to be very special wood that is used for these kind of things. It seems as if the knots in the wood, as well as the curves in the wood, seem ideal for a small scepter, not quite a staff, not quite a wand. Usually people don't use scepters because wands and staves just do the jobs better. But at the very tip, instead of a gem, it appears to just be a small magic bottle. Not even a magic bottle like what Polo has, but more of just a magical bottle. And the bottle, it seems just to be filled with mundane liquid. You know for sure that the liquid itself is much less mundane. You, out of all of everybody, know that the waters near the Zora's domain have slight amounts of the silver that was in it, which could be something that is somewhat useful against mages. But he says that it seems to be able to be pretty well to be focusing magic through, which is absolutely crazy, but you definitely feel that. Other than that, you sense no actual magics this thing has within it.
North is trying to cast a spell through this.
It would be hard for you in this body, but you could definitely try. It'd be very hard for you in this body. I'm looking at her magic.
Yeah.
You could hand it to Ronan or somebody. Ronan would definitely be able to use it.
A test. Ronan,
Yeah.
would you kindly try to cast a spell? It does not matter what.
Sure. He'll take it, and I guess he'll point. What can he do? Invisibility, fabricate, levitate, far step. I guess he'll try to teleport himself.
Where are you going?
Just like over here.
You raise the
slight
scepter up.
blink.
You feel the magic flowing through it, and you blink over. Bloop. It seems a lot less intuitive to you than using the gem that you have. Obviously, the gem that you have is your magic focus.
Yeah.
It feels a lot less like intuitive because, you know, that's just a part of you, essentially. But you can use it. It seems to teleport you over just as a regular magic focus would.
Nothing felt different while I cast it as opposed to like normal.
It seems incredibly mundane.
Yeah, it just feels normal. Not saying that your feeling isn't warranted, Argo. I
get it. I could just be acting weird. I know that I was affected by that magic whatever a little bit more than all of you guys, so maybe I'm just tired.
Can I see it?
Sure, here.
What's is the bottle holding the water like on a cork with something?
Yep, it's basically corked in and then put atop the top. The bottom of the bottle being shining forth almost like a gem again on the top of this scepter.
Okay, uncorks it.
You take the bottle out, you uncork it, you look in it, it just appears to be water.
Ronan.
Yeah.
At the ready.
Bottoms up.
Oh.
You're gonna drink it?
Bottoms up.
You drink down the water.
It has.
As you drink down the water.
At the ready. Bottoms up.
Well, just
He's
like
he's ready to do a Heimlich.
No, he's going.
I want you all to remember. I want you all to remember. It is very minute amounts of silver
It's
spread
just
out,
water, guys.
spread out among the entirety of the lake.
It's just a little bit of water, guys.
One thing that I will say, upon ingesting this water, I'm going to be giving you back your Gora's Fury.
Yunky.
Because that water is Gora.
Oh, okay.
Why spicy?
You do find you're not a magician. You get magic in other ways. It doesn't affect you at all. You drink that down. It's nice, cool water. The magic bottle kept it nice and cool. If anything, your ice might have chilled it a bit more. Who knows? Refreshing.
What?
So she doesn't even know that something could have happened there.
She's just gonna cork it again, give it a little shake.
Okay, Argo, is it all right?
I'm still not liking it, but are you okay?
Oh yes, quite fine. It was actually quite refreshing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still want it to be dead.
Well, it was not. Well, it's not. Well, whatever is doing it, it is not the water.
What possessed you to drink that?
I think at
What
that
is it?
point we can easily say that it is not harmful, at least.
What is it made out of, looking at this thing?
Yeah, the wood. What is it?
The wood is again the same kind of staff wood you would expect it to be. You would expect it to be Gorthos. You can't just use any wood for a staff. I mean, a master magician probably could, but there are better woods for it out there. It appears
Also,
to be made normally. What's up?
Also, Deco, I do have that thing where like I essentially have like special demon tasting.
Oh, you definitely taste the silver then. You definitely like. That's Gora.
Cool.
Like I have that somewhere. It's like somewhere where it was like fucking
in your
super
high demon, I
tasters.
believe.
Probably. It was like if she like smells or licks or
is it in unique demon? No, it's not in downtime. That's obvious. Let's look up here. Demonic senses. Taste or smell right here. Demon may be able to tell if the target is divine, magical, or demonic in nature. Would that be? I mean, obviously you would get magical shit from it.
Yeah.
Because there's basically a spirit in all of the water that is Gora.
it's like Gora's pinky toe.
Nothing
Gora's bath
immediately
water.
comes from it. I will have you roll a d20 adding nothing to it.
All right.
It's just
It's
a straight
just Gora
d20.
bath water, guys. Come
Basically.
Oh, no. Could bottle that and sell it for millions.
on. Gamer Zora bath water.
No.
17.
As you taste it and as you think about how mundane it is and how just normal it is, drinking the water didn't do anything. You feel that with Argo still seems to think that the staff itself is the problem. As they're looking at it, the staff itself seems very mundane, and you look at it, it seems very mundane. As you look to it though, you feel almost like a shiver. You feel something almost vibrating in your pack.
Oh, in my bag.
Yes.
Oh.
What magical rumblies are there?
You pull out
Let's
what is the cause of this?
I have
As
a
you
flame
pull out
essence.
as you pull out your father's eye.
Oh, daddy. Well, yeah, you never gave me a token for dad's eye.
Yeah. as you pull out your father's eye, you look at the staff through it. You can tell there is some magic on this, but none of you have been able to detect it. The only thing so far that's been able to see it was your dad's eye.
I know that I can kind of see what he sees if I hold it up to my eye, though, right?
Yes, that's what you're doing, is what I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There was a slight shimmer, a slight shiver from it, as if it was trying to get your attention, and then you put it in front of yourself and you looked at it. There is a slight bit of magic along the actual staff itself, not the bottle, not the water, the staff itself. However, again, neither Gorthos nor Argo nor Matilda nor Ronan seems to really notice much. All Argo did was kind of feel weird about it, but you can definitely see there is something on it.
There is definitely something in the staff of the scepter, at least according to Father's vision. I can't quite glean much myself, but
Gorthos, you're immediately jealous that a demon has better vision than you. I'm playing.
This is no ordinary staff. For as mundane as it appears, maybe it has its own sort of curse?
And again, Gorthos, you looking at this thing felt nothing. But apparently, with this eye, Antares sees something. And through that, Polo sees something.
Where did you get this? Did you make it, or?
It is just a mundane staff that I picked upon my travels.
Yeah, but where?
So I do believe I got it after I had found ways with you, Cality.
That's suspicious.
He seems to just like kind of shrug, like, I don't know, I'm brain.
And you, quote unquote.
Can Gorthos see through your father's eye?
You
yes,
remember?
of course.
You remember trying that with Gallon, and it didn't seem to work very well.
Gallon looking through the eye?
Yeah, it did not seem to work very well.
That's
Gallon
fair, but
wasn't able to see as much as you.
Yeah.
It still worked. It's still a magic item, but you were able to see a lot better than Gallon was.
It might not work as well, but if you really wish to.
He needs to try to understand what this is.
She'll hold up the rod and the eye.
He'll take them.
As you look through the thing with your eye, Gorthos, first off, you do not see what this is. However, I will have you roll for the eye itself to see if you understand what the eye is doing, but you do not see what it sees. Roll me for your experience.
Well, I was wondering when you're going to ask me to do that this session. So that's 4, 16, but maybe higher. So
Like
16 plus 7.
Gorthos, as you're looking at the eye and as you look to it and you don't see anything, you do note something personal about this eye. You find that there is some kind of will over the eye. And as you look through it and as you kind of try to understand it, you look over to Polo and it immediately clicks for you. What this thing is doing and what it has been doing, especially whenever it gave Polo that vision before, is it's looking out for Polo. So whatever Polo is seeing that's wrong probably means it's dangerous to her. And Antares is trying to warn Polo of that. It doesn't look like it's picking up the magic in this thing. It doesn't look like it's picking up anything in this thing other than this thing is dangerous to Polo.
The eye's trying to be like, daughter, bad, put down this instant. daughter.
It appears, and Gorthos does not know what is wrong with this, but He understands this now. As he just he like motions the eye. He knows why it's doing what it does to you. Why you can see things. It's a warning system for you, Polo.
A warning?
A father's love. A father's love transcendent.
When
It's
he
a
says this,
warning
Polo,
system.
you also remember the last time this showed you anything was whenever Vega was in danger.
Mm.
That was when the vision happened.
It's a means of protection for you. It protects you from things that are harmful to you. Which means if this is emanating energies, this is dangerous to you.
Should I?
Which means
Here, I'll take.
She's just like, should I not do this? Here.
he'll give back the eye to Polo,
Yeah, she'll.
which
she'll take-
raises even more
So we should-
questions as to what.
So we should destroy that then. Like the Kokiri said.
I believe so. I think-
Mundane wood.
Sorry
is
about
so
your
dangerous.
staff. but
No,
I-
no. If it is dangerous, by all means.
Obviously,
I
the
did not
bottle is
see
still
why
yours.
I did not see why the danger was there. But if it was dangerous, destroy it. Destroy the bottle. Destroy everything.
Orthos is uncertain as to why it is mundane wood. But it's not.
I guess it would be impossible to pinpoint the specific tree it was taken from. Stabs are usually formed from a branch.
Spells are usually formed from very specific materials.
We could
Oh
always
my
ask
God.
somebody who's understanding magic a little bit more than all of us do. Though, if it is dangerous, want me to just snap it over my knee? Or you can crush it in your bare hands?
We could, yeah, sure. I'll just, snap it.
Ronan, you're like,
We
oh
could
yeah,
also-
sure. Kink.
We could also properly dispose it by burning it.
We could do
It's
that
just a
too.
wooden staff.
That's true.
Ronan, as soon as you snap it like a fucking twig, Polo, you no longer feel the shaking in the eye.
Oh. Oh.
She's just like holding her father's eye now, like,
Oh, it stopped.
Oh, well, there we go.
Argo, are you all right now?
Yeah, again, it wasn't really anything happening with me. It was just a feeling I had. Maybe it's connecting with my magic of scrying or something. I felt like I've been getting stronger ever since I've got this. He motions over to the staff he got from the sage of the forest. Ever since I got this from there, apparently it's got a piece of the Great Deku Tree in it, right? Maybe it was the Great Deku Tree warning us. Fascinating.
Well, whatever it is, it's not a threat anymore. So, what now? I guess we do this cake thing, right?
Yes.
I guess we wait and see
Yeah.
whenever she's ready then. Should we go get
And-
everyone else? Try to see if we can
What's-
wake up Marco?
What were you saying, Gorthos? Real quick?
Once the cake is eaten, the vault will be opened immediately. Gorthos will not be patient any longer.
Do you wish to hold on to this?
she holds up the Majin mask.
It seems a
He
little
just
bit big
looks
for
like
your
that.
body. However, it would be perfect for your little Kokiri body, or for your human body.
He has a little hesitation in taking it, but he'll accept it. It's funny. It really is. He'd always hoped that maybe sometime he would learn to be a better person. To break free. But there's always next time for him now.
Gorthos, don't listen to his bad words, okay?
Yeah.
You're right. He had forgotten himself there for a moment.
Also, even if the Master Sword couldn't have taken him, I bet mine could have.
Of course it could have, Miss Rudon.
Pulls it out
Of
again.
that there is little doubt.
Ronan, could you aid me in moving my basin?
Oh, sure.
Aster, Rudon, Gorthos has something he needs to attend to. He just puts them down.
Oh, okay, here I go.
We-
Floats blissfully back over toward Polo.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah?
He would like to have a talk with you.
Of course. I'm perfectly willing to listen to anything you have to say. We would love to talk with you, Gorthos.
In all honesty, perhaps this is a good time, isn't it?
You're not gonna tell me no?
No. Once Argo's basin is moved, and when Marco awakens, there is something very important that he needs to discuss with all of you. He'd have Zelda here to help him, but she's currently not here.
If possible, I would love to speak with you as well, Kaladi, but it seemed like you had something you wanted to speak with to Madame Polo there? It doesn't seem like now's a great... I mean, it's probably as good a time as any, but it's up to you, I guess. Kaladi looks over toward Polo. I had said I wanted to speak with you, but I ended up leaving before I could. You won't mind a chat, right?
Yes, I have the time, of course.
Then I'll return to... I guess I was gonna say return to my research, but... are these vials fine, Kokiri? As he brings the other vials over. I don't feel anything from them. Yeah, sure. And then I will continue my research then. If you wish to speak with me, Kaladi, then I will await you, but you are... You seem as if you did not wish to learn about magic, so I do not think that you would call yourself my apprentice any longer. I will just be over here. Sorry again, I did not notice. As he walks his way off and over toward the area to sit. Kaladi watches him leave, looks over to you, Polo. Yeah, if you wanna, let's go somewhere else.
Yes, of course.
Kaladi and Polo would make their way off and away. Ronan, you and Argo would get the basin up and begin to move it off away from where it is here currently.
Yeah. As he's doing that, as they like start walking away with it, he will turn over to Gorthos and be like, Gorthos.
Yes.
I'm not sorry about what happened, but I'm sorry it had to happen.
It's the thing with family, isn't it? He's sorry about what could have been. But he would have done it himself, had he the power to, Ronan.
He nods.
You guys make your way off to the other side as you help Argo set up the basin a little bit away from the main area where everybody's walking through. Gorthos, you are left with Jason and Matilda. I think with everything happening there, and with the bottle from Rudan walking over, looking sadly toward the unconscious body of Marco, and then placing it in his pockets. You did good, even though you're not good at traps yet. Don't worry, I'll get you up.
Pulls out sword.
As
I
they
can break the magic by stabbing him, obviously.
as they pat Marco's unconscious body, Obera watching with just a huge amused look on her face. I think with all of that, we will end things here for the night. And we'll come back with the conversations next time, and most likely with the eating of the cake next time. Now that you guys have potentially taken care of the dangers that you face here. Gotten rid of the scepter, gotten rid of the spirit of the fourth great demon general, as well as returning Cality to some kind of clarity. All that being said, we're gonna end things here. Everybody had a good time. Hopefully we won't have another 2 weeks off. That'd be great.
Hopefully.
Get better.
And until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Bye bye.